Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's
What up,
good,
bro?
dog?
I'm doing good,
Chilling,
bro. How you
chilling,
been?
chilling, chilling. I'm chilling, bro. Chilling as always, bro. How old? I say how old. What time is it over there?
It's about 11 in the morning right now, bro. Oh,
And I'm on Eastern time. It's 10 p.m. It's crazy,
right.
crazy,
When
crazy.
I'm up, you guys are sleeping, man. It's crazy.
Right. Look how the world is, bro. So yeah, bro. Introduce yourself, bro. Who are you? What's your name?
Shit. I go by the name of Mamadou Gueye. Shit. I'm 27 years old. From
hmm
grew up in Quebec City. Did my university in Alberta, Canada.
Wait, wait,
Been
wait, wait, I got you, bro. I got you. Dang, chill. I got you, bro. Listen, so you said your name is Mamadou. Where you
Yeah,
from? You said Quebec. Where's your
Quebec,
roots from, bro? You from Senegal,
Senegal,
though.
bro. Senegal
Yes, sir.
represent.
But you never been to Senegal, though.
Yeah, I've been there twice. But not for a long time though. I've been there for 1 year when I was younger, and
Mm-hmm.
then about 6, 7 years ago, I went back for a trip.
How was it?
Amazing, bro. Hey, the country was great. Like it's just
Yeah.
great to see where I'm from and live with people that are like look just like me, right?
Mm-hmm. And what about you seeing like your extended family? I'm talking about like everybody, your uncles, maybe. Did you see you got to see them? Cousins, maybe, all that.
I got many cousins, um, aunties, and like uncles and everything, and I got to see all of them back there. My grandma
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a golden moment. You know what I mean? It was amazing
Mm-hmm.
for everyone.
I know, bro. Me, like from Cameroon. I went to Cameroon. You already know, like 2 years, right, bro? These
Right,
are the
right.
best times of my life. Like I feel like I got it, bro. To be honest, at the end when I'm done with everything I want to do here, I'm leaving,
Mhm.
bro. I'm going there for sure. I think I'm gonna
When
go
is
there and just when I
yeah? When
just
is
told you. I said when I'm done with everything I gotta do here. I don't know when, bro, but whenever I'm done, bro, living there for sure.
yeah.
So, what's your favorite food?
Oh, what's my shit? You catch me off guard right now. What's my favorite food? Hey, living here in Asia, Japan, I have to say sushi is one of my top. Yeah, but wait, like the sushis we eat here are not the sushis y'all eat in America or Canada. Like
How?
because sushi is like the piece of fish with the rice on there, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody in North America mistake it for like sushi is like the California roll type of stuff.
Yep. Yep. That's how
That
I know
is
it though.
that's not a
That's not.
sushi.
Oh, that's not a sushi.
No, they call it like makis or like other type of rolls, but like the sushi itself is just like
Mm-hmm.
the fish with like the rice on there. That's a sushi.
Oh, I just learned some new stuff because me personally, I'm not a sushi connoisseur for sure. And I just literally, it's funny that we talk about that because just a week ago, bro, like I used to not like sushi at all, but I tasted it again and I was like, bro, this thing's kind of good though.
It is
I used
though.
to not like sushi, but now I'm like, I kind of like it, but it don't, it's not filling. I think that's what it is. Though. I like stuff that's filling, but sushi is not that filling, if it makes sense.
Well, you got to eat a lot of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you feel good.
Yeah. But yeah, so you said sushi and okay. What's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite artist?
Shit, as
And
of
favorite
right now,
song?
my favorite song. There's
Just
two.
favorite artist. Let's say favorite artist.
All right. See, I gotta go with the Six God, man. This dude is big, you know. Hey, as of
That's
right
two,
now,
bro. 2 for 2. How come it's 2 for 2? That's the second
uh,
person that said Drake. Drake
but
gonna be
hey,
taking over.
this dude has such an influence
Oh yeah,
on everybody in the world, and when you talk about Drake, everybody knows who it is.
that's
So
facts.
that's one of the reason why I'm really about Drake. But
Mm-hmm.
deep there, I really like J Cole. I like a kind of group like Black Eyed Peas is one of my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
groups.
Black Eyed Peas was tough.
Tough. They came back
Well, I
too with
am.
a new album. Do you heard their new album?
No, I didn't. You know what? Dang, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it right after, not right after we're done, but I'm definitely about to listen to it because I didn't even know they dropped something.
Yeah, they did drop something about I think it was end of 2020 or something, or beginning of 2020. But
Yeah.
it's like they remixed a bunch of like classic songs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that should be interesting because the producer Will.i.am is a genius, bro.
Yeah.
Will.i.am is tough. Who's that lady name again?
Ah,
And I'm not sure. And then the Asian guy too, he's tough too.
but
You know what
she's
I'm talking
not
about,
in
right?
there anymore, though. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
he's not in there no more?
The Asian dude is Will.i.am is still there, but the
The
lady
the
and
girl. She not here no more? Oh, well, wow, I guess. But yeah,
you
I'm
know,
definitely about to listen to this too. And
yeah.
obviously, I don't know if you're gonna answer basketball, but I was gonna ask what's your favorite sport?
Bro, what type of question is this?
My favorite, I'd say that again, my favorite sport is soccer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. What? Soccer running my veins, bro.
I thought basketball was over there.
Right now, to be honest, yeah, I cannot even front. Yes, but all my life is soccer. Soccer is soccer, bro. You
Well,
okay? It's basketball. Bravo. What's
not
your
really.
second one then?
Not really. Just my second favorite sport. Shit, I think it's tennis.
Tennis?
Oh
You
yeah.
good like that, bro? You're not
Oh
even
yeah.
nice.
I do that serve like I
Hey,
do
we
all
gotta
of that.
play tennis though.
Yeah, for real.
You
Anytime.
play a lot? Like you play a lot?
No, I don't get to play a lot, but I just love
Yeah.
it.
You like watching it too?
Yeah, I do. I do. When I the few times that I watch TV,
Mm-hmm.
if I see some tennis on,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's all I'm watching.
What's your favorite tennis player then?
Shit. Rafael Nadal, I was
He tough.
did I say Rafael Nadal? No, I'm tripping. I meant Roger Federer, bro.
Roger Federer.
Yeah, Roger Federer, bro.
That's your
Federer,
man's?
is my dude. Yeah. Hey, yo, I
Yeah,
was
he
born
nice.
in Switzerland, right? And he's
Yeah.
from Switzerland too, right? So
When did you come? Okay, you was born in Switzerland. When did you come to Quebec?
I came to Quebec at the age of like 9 years old. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I spent a few years in Switzerland, went back to Senegal, and then I came after that.
Oh, tough. How'd you like Switzerland then? For
It's
this,
dope. It's
it's dope,
dope.
right?
Yeah, but it was really early in my, when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
So like I get uh, flashbacks of it and everything, but it's not very clear. I
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to go back there. Hopefully, basketball can bring me back there so I can really get
Mm-hmm. That would be
to
dope.
know more. Right, that's what I'm
All
doing.
right. So that introduction is out the way. Now we get into the meat of the conversation.
All
So
right,
what made you play basketball and why did you start? And when did you start? Sorry.
shit. What made me play basketball? First I started at the age of 11 years old. So I was like in sixth grade, elementary school. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I was first playing football, soccer, like
Mm-hmm.
a freaking kid on the block. I was repping the city and everything, and then I realized that it's true. I realized that I was just not as talented as I thought I would be, right? And competition was getting harder and everything, and my love for the sport was there, but soccer itself, I felt like there was just too many players on the field, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was really hard to be noticed or like come out of the
Mm-hmm.
lot. So literally, the way I got myself introduced to basketball, like I was at Saint Benoit Park, au
Yes,
parc,
sir.
and
Sam
then
Ben, legendary, baby.
right, this
Right.
forever will be in my heart, man. This place is amazing. But
Mm-hmm.
all the kids were just over there hooping like us. We were all hooping and trying to figure it out, you know, just having fun, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Once I got the basketball in my hand, and I figured that it's only five people on the basketball court,
Mm-hmm.
you got a
Mm-hmm.
lot more space. You touch the ball a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I just felt like that connection, the orange ball. I just felt like connection. I just felt like shit. I might be good at this. Like I feel like it's interesting how you play with your hands, and then you get to the hoop, and then you use different techniques. You gotta use your whole body in a way. I just felt like very very comfortable and confident. So
Mm-hmm.
that very same year, shit, they had open tryout at my school, Filto,
Filto, baby.
Filto right there, the school of the park actually, and shit, open trial. I just tried it out, and
Mm-hmm.
remember the coach. Coach Père de Florence, like this dude was just like he just introduced us to basketball in such a positive way, right?
It did, bro.
You know, and he kind of knew what he was doing for our age and everything, and he didn't make it
Mm-hmm.
too hard. He didn't make it too easy. So
Mm-hmm.
he just created a path that I just saw myself being able to do something in it.
I agree, bro. Our team was low-key tough, bro. We
Yeah,
was
we were
playing.
fine.
It was nice, and then that's really when you know that, because me, I was not. I love to play, like you said, like the same thing as me. Like I get introduced to basketball through parks. That's how I play. Like I always go. Sometimes I go shoot in the park. People ask me why. I'm like, because that's how I get I got introduced to the
Yeah, that's how
sport,
I
bro.
be.
Like that's my roots. You know what I'm saying? Like the parks. So like you said, bro, like the way we was playing, and then it was big. It was fun. It was never competitive to me at this point, because at first was playing with it was como c'était mini basket, right?
Yeah, mini
So
basket.
mini basket is like you mix is us guys and girls as well in there. It's like
Right, right.
it's fun though. At this point, like it was competitive, but
Mhm.
obviously it's different in Canada, because if you look in the United States right now, I'm in the United States and I see that in our age they're already competitive at that point, right? But we weren't like that. Like we were just learning, we were just having fun. I didn't never thought about playing, go to college playing basketball. I was just having fun with it.
Right, right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. So what was I gonna add? You said already said you tried soccer and everything. So how was the introduction after Filto and your trials, and what made you want to continue with the sport, if it makes sense?
Shit, I was good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I was good at it, man. I know it's such a basic reasons, but when you're good at something, you just feel like shit. I can keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember I was the second best player on the team, bro.
Yes, sir. Who was the first?
Cedric, yo, Cedric
Oh, you
was
gonna
the
say he
first.
was the
Hey, you not
second?
up there? You think you're up there, bro? Nah, come on now.
Who won the
Cedric,
MVP that one game though?
like, who won the MVP the other game?
You
You
didn't
know?
win the MVP the other game.
Yes, bro. You got MVP at the tournament. I remember.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
tournament. And we
I remember
won.
that.
What you talking about?
I
Yes,
remember
sir.
that. Hey, I remember.
But hey, after y'all took off though, I ain't gonna lie. After y'all took off, like the Cedric, yeah, I was young, bro. So I give it to y'all. But after
Oh yeah,
y'all
that's
took off, I was
true.
scoring like 30 again.
That's true. You were 1 year younger,
Yeah, I was 1 year younger. So y'all took off, y'all left, and I said, "Oh yeah, my team was a wrap." I was like,
uh,
"Wow."
bro. No, I have no doubt about that. I was doing my thing, secondary school, bro. I was. They put me higher, so
Wait,
I
we
was
gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it.
okay.
But
I
hey,
bet
you remember Julien? Julien was tough too, though.
Julien was nice, bro.
Julien
Julien
was
was.
very nice.
I'm actually still talking to the dude a lot too, man.
Of
But
course, that's my guy too.
yo, Julien, but you could tell Julien basketball was just not for him. But whatever.
It was so good. It was so gifted. He should have kept going, but
He was. He could have. He could have. He tried.
he tried.
Oh, he tried.
Well,
He
that's
tried.
different.
Like I said.
But
But
yeah. Anyways, Julien. But how
but
was
yeah.
that's
So
what?
wait. I gotta come back on that ranking. Cedric was first, but Cedric was older a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was your same grade. Both of y'all was in the same grade.
No, he was seventh grade, bro. He was like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he was 1 year older than me.
Okay. So
So
Cedric,
then he was there. He was up there at first. You gotta give him his
no
respect.
one do a ranking. Go ahed, Cedric.
Then
I'm listening.
you had the up and coming dude that was just up there, like, getting closer. Of course, you had Moses Bitondo. He was right under us, bro. But I feel like Moses Bitondo was just like you could tell that
I was here, bro.
you were right
To be
there. You
honest,
were right
to
there.
be honest, is Gianna right?
Diana,
Gianna was tough.
you was
Yo,
nice,
Gianna
bro.
was up there, dog. Gianna
She was
was
the best
tough.
girl we had. That's for sure.
Yeah, yo, Gianna was tough.
No. She was actually
No, she was nice. She could have kept
she
going
was
too.
hooping, competitive. But that's the thing, though. I feel like we all started like very. nicely, and then we all bonded together, and
Mm-hmm.
we just started striving. And when we saw we could win and everything, like it was just like everything happened naturally. It was great.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. I mean, it was a great, me personally, like you said, great introduction to the game for sure. Had fun, bro. And like you said, bro, like how we after that you go to the park and hoop, especially now when it's not winter for sure. But yeah, in the summer, bro, I could spend from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. literally in the park just
Every
hooping
day.
every day.
All right, so
But
that
yeah, how was the transition to high school then? Rochebelle, baby.
was bad. No, transition was great, but they put faith in me literally early. They saw me at the training camp and they said, "Yeah, you should go play with the second years." Like what I mean. So that's grade, not the first year of
Mm-hmm.
secondary school, but the second year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was still in the first year, right? So I was kind of like upgraded in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So while you were doing your thing in elementary school, I was over there hooping with the older people. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was it was definitely fun. Unfortunately, like I would say, like I'm just keeping it real. Like um,
Mhm.
the team that I was part on, let's say I had like a less bigger role. So
Mhm.
we're still young, trying to figure it out and hooping, but my progression kind of like didn't go as far as I think I could have because I just
Mhm.
think like the way the team was being ran and everything, it was just more of a. It wasn't such as a successful year, I say, in my
Mhm.
whole career now that I've spent it. But it was
Mhm.
just so great to see that I was good enough to make it to a higher level than what I'm supposed to be. That really pushed me to work harder, let's say, and prove that maybe I got a lot of business to do in this sport, right?
Mhm. You know, in and I want to tell you something about that because you was at Rochebelle. Actually, yeah, I'm the year following. So the year following me, I'm like, I'm going to Rochebelle. I already had everything planned out. I'm like, I'm going to Rochebelle. I'm about to who it's about to be this,
Yeah,
this, and that. And obviously, I went to Montreal.
yeah,
Right.
you disappeared, bro.
Yes. So yeah, because I was supposed to. I went to Rochebelle. I did the visit. All of that. It was already set up for me to go to Rochebelle, but then boom, I went to Montreal, relocated. Boom. My point is like being in Montreal is different. The competition between Quebec and Montreal was just is like it was night and day. So I'm saying because now in
Right.
Quebec, I ain't gonna lie to you, you stand out more. Like you see less of us, let's say. But over there, it was like everybody was like kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I see what's going on here. But being in Montreal and then playing in the clubs and everything, I wasn't hearing your name in Rochebelle going like this though. And then I was like, yeah, you was hooping in Rochebelle though. That's facts. You was hooping in Rochebelle. So I was
Great.
like, oh, that man over there doing great. So yeah, tell us about that. Tell us about how you involved and all the I could words that you had and everything that you did because like I said, from looking at what's going on in Quebec basketball, you only hear and Quebec is so tight that you hear a lot of names coming up, but your
Yeah.
name was coming up a lot of times. So tell me about that.
Oh shit. Um, First year when, like I said, he was just like whatever. So. Then second year, I play with my level, right? I play with the people of my age, and
Mm-hmm.
at that point, I don't think I was like I was doing what I had to do, but I wasn't exceptional. I wasn't like wow, he's a prospect or anything like that. I was more
Mm-hmm.
of a like he got potential. Like all my
Mm-hmm.
high school has always been oh shit, Mamadou, he got potential, but he's not quite there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I was really trying to push myself going into open gyms in the morning. I was doing a lot of open gyms before school, just trying to go play with the older kids.
The best
Without
thing to do.
right? It's just like
Mm-hmm.
uh, no coaches in the gym. Everybody is hooping. It's just like it's one of the best way to learn at that age. Like when you
I
just follow
agree.
the or you compete with the guys that are older than you. That's
Mm-hmm.
really what I was trying to do. Do that, and then also go to the park when I can. But obviously, we have a basketball season now. you got to focus on school a little bit too. But I was just over there having fun, and I was just like, I just fell in love with the grind somehow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wow, this grind. I know I can do great, and there's nothing set yet. Like let's just push it and see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my mentality at the time. I was just like, yo, I can do this for a long time. So let's see.
Mm-hmm.
And we were so young. So the goal in my head was like, okay, look, if I can really be good at this and I like it this much, why can I not make it my job? And I started thinking that way when I was in high school, and third year of high school happened, and we had like a decent season, but I was still up there. Like I was still doing my thing slowly. I wasn't one of the best, but once again, I had potential.
Mm-hmm. Et ça
So then,
c'était, c'est ça c'était. I'm talking in French, but that was that was what, like second year, because it's different, but second year into secondaire 2 or like
secondaire 3,
secondaire 3. Okay, go ahead.
secondaire 3.
Mm-hmm.
But then a very, very interesting thing happened to me in secondaire 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that year, you're supposed to go with the guys that are playing the year above you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
Mm-hmm.
no team for that year. It's either you play with the guys above or you playing in the B team, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like that. So you play with the senior team or you play for the B team of the senior team, and the coach decided that I was not like good enough, like or maybe a different way to put it is that we had too much talent
Mm-hmm.
when I was in basically, I think I would say that would be junior year. I think in America,
Junior year, yeah. Let's say secondaire 4, yeah, that would be like junior year.
junior year. So we had too much talent in when I was in my junior year to make it the senior squad, and
Yeah.
I was in a fortunate position where, back then in Switzerland, I started school at the age of like 4 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit like 1 year under everybody else, which allowed me to, when that happened, when I was in junior year, I could play with the team that is full of like sophomores.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
Junior, yeah, so junior, sophomore, yes.
So basically, I was junior, but I was playing with the sophomores, and that year was extremely beneficial for me. Like it was a year where
Ça fait la différence. It make the difference.
completely, it was like now I get the ball in my hands all the time. I can do whatever. I can try to lead my team. I can really take the shots that I need to, make my mistakes, and I knew I was talented enough and hardworking enough to just make it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that year I was averaging like 18 points, 19 points, but I was just hooping, like literally. Like I knew everybody else was a little bit younger. It was like they haven't done everything that I've done, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, shit, I can just hoop right now and play without even thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So the competition was not extremely high, but that really helped my game in terms of like just learn how to be the best player on the team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I focused on that year. And because of that, the following year, when I got to my senior year, like I was easily one of the top 3 players on my team.
Mm-hmm.
I just caught up to everybody else level, went all the way up to what I can do. I was still the man that can get potential, but I was definitely like, wow, okay, Mamadou got a lot better now. He's up there. He's definitely a starter. Like he can do what he needs to do. He's skinny, but he's so long and lanky. He can do many, many different things on the basketball court, right? Not just on the
Mm-hmm.
scoring, defending, passing, all that.
Nice. And obviously you talk about potential, which is a big thing even here in the United States, right? You talk a lot about potential. But that potential can actually, it's what you do with the potential. Yeah, you can fail with that potential because you're not working hard, or you can just go all the way to the top because of that potential. Because now my question leads to, after Roche Bell, I don't know if you're done with Roche Bell, but that Cégep parkour. And I want you to talk about the difference between, Canada, for example. did you play AAU? I know you play AAU, right? But was it
Brookwood.
À Rochebelle? Yeah, it was Brookwood. Was it à Rochebelle or was it leading to your cégep? So I want you to talk to us about your little
My
direction, your
AU.
little trajet. Yeah, AAU leading to cégep, because I think that cégep is very important in your story as well, because that's when you actually separate a lot,
Yeah,
between a lot of, yeah, you really, that potential turned into something promising, if it makes sense.
yeah. In Cégep, that's when I bloomed out. Like I really, exploded in a way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But so basically, what happened is that I finished high school, which for us is 1 year younger than American high school.
Mm-hmm.
But once I finished high school, I was at that point where I was good enough to make this AAU squad that was up and coming that we call
Brookwood,
Brookwood Elite.
baby.
Yes, that shit based in Montreal. Like you playing with the top talent in Montreal, right? And um, people got to remember that for my age group and probably yours too, basketball
Mm-hmm.
in Canada was not like it is today.
Yeah, but you know what I would say about that though? I feel like your, and like you saying, our age group kind of built, like, it's kind of weird to say, but like kind of build what it is right now that's building, if it makes sense. Really, that
Yeah,
group
no,
of,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like our age group really started everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
people that were our coaches are the people I think that really set the tone and they said, look, like we got talent in Canada, let's showcase it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Brookwood Elite was a team that was playing AAU for maybe what, like 1, 2, 3 years before I got there. But
Mm-hmm.
that year that I get there, we started doing like some massive tournaments, like going
United
to
States and everything.
yeah, Indiana a road trip to Orlando to the ESPN Worlds of Sports, like
Very tough.
um,
Yeah.
very very big time like tournament. Adidas 64 stuff like that were in the talks. Maybe we're not doing them yet, but they were talking about doing it the following year, and
Mm-hmm.
the team started taking exposure. He started being linked with grassroots. That was
Yes.
in
Barefoot
Ottawa.
basketball. Yeah.
Like everything was just up and coming for us, and we were not quite the age group that could be put on the map or have as much exposure as the kids have now. But
Mm-hmm.
everything was just starting, and everybody was being so excited about shit. I can make it to the NCAA, like I can go there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you coaches were like, hey, I'm gonna bring you to the state. I'm gonna showcase you, and then you gonna see what you can do. You can get some offers and everything. So that year was crucial. I was just with some of the top talents in Montreal.
Yeah.
Honestly, some guys that are playing pro, from the top of my head, I'm thinking about uh, Kevon. I'm thinking about Max. They both played at Valparaiso. I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they played, I think, South Arkansas or Arkansas Little Rock. I
Arkansas,
think
yeah. It's not Little Rock, it's the other Arkansas, but I know it's, yeah.
one of the Arkansas. We had many guys that just made it. Andy Gresh, that was Vanier, top
Mm-hmm.
one of the top players over there too. I think he won the national with Vanier. But what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is, like, we had hoopers on the squad,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just so great to bond and go like on the other side of the border and compete with the people there. And the funny part is that we were winning, man. Like we
I
were
know
not,
y'all was.
but we were actually hooping. Like we were
I know y'all were. Bro, oh
hooping.
my gosh, bro. That was the years that I was in Cameroon, bro. I was looking at everything like, oh, look at
Yeah.
them people. I was hoping though.
Yeah.
That was the best basketball wise. I think that was the best. The province of Quebec was. It
Hmm.
was the best at that era. Obviously, it's better now, but like it was
Yeah.
something new. Like it was something so new because y'all was making noise over. Y'all was making noise in the United States, and that was dope, bro. Like it was dope.
Yeah.
Like a team
Oh,
from Quebec, like just coming there and just making noise. Like that
yeah.
was dope to
Hooping.
me.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Mike Brown in the States during the tournament. We take a picture with him, and he's calling us these boys from Canada. Uh, at the time he was the coach of Cleveland Cavaliers, right? So we were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Ooh, it's big time!" Like I remember the team right under us or above us. They were playing Nerlens Noah. I remember walking
Wow.
the gym saying Kawhi Leonard dunking on some guy. The first player I see when I walk into like a elite 8 tournament.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
It's
"Woo!"
different.
It's different. You know, when you walk into you're that age and then you're from Canada and you see everything that's going on in the NCAA and the NBA, and then I
Mm-hmm.
walk into a massive complex with so many players.
Hmm.
Everybody's, it's AU style. Everybody got their shoes, they coming in and out, no time to warm up.
Hmm.
But you kind of run into your court and then you look on the side, you see the little board and you see all the names of the teams that are attending or
Mm-hmm.
the scouters
Mm-hmm.
in the attendance.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you take a quick, you see
Crazy.
Duke, Gonzaga, you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like,
It's a business now. Now it's a business. And then
right.
he's like, when you go back to Ghana, you're like, oh, whoa, okay. Over there, they take it very seriously.
Facts. Facts. The States
Over
are
there
not
is,
joking around.
it's not, they're not playing around. And that's what I was gonna ask you about. That was okay. First of all, the first question before I lose it, because I do that, I lose questions. My first question will be, that was the summer basically leading into your cégep, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how that summer helped you to build a monster cégep career?
Wow. That summer was great because, first of all, during the summer, people have a choice. Either they work out and they dedicate themselves to the game, or they just
Mm-hmm.
party and enjoy
Mm-hmm.
their sleep. I had no other choice but to hoop. I was traveling, hooping every or almost every second day during the whole summer. And at that age, like my passion, and I had a burning desire to be better at it. So I was just loving being on the court every day. And I think that was a big fact, a big reason why,
Mm-hmm.
once I came back after to Canada, I came back to my team in Cégep. Like
Mm-hmm. You had the edge.
I had an edge, like mentally, I had an edge. Like
Mm-hmm.
physically, I was still skinny. I was still like maybe not as good as the players that were on the team because I
Mm-hmm.
walk into the team that has guys that have been there for 3 years that are seniors, and I'm a freshman. I have to
Mm-hmm.
make my place and everything. But mentally, I had an edge. Like I was thinking, look, what I see here is not it. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I've seen in the States is what gets people like to higher level and to professional level. And this is not even comparable to what we have here in Cégep.
Mm-hmm.
So mentally, I was just like, I was on that. I got to work harder than everybody else. I got to keep pushing. I got to really like focus myself and think that this is not it. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
not going to make me better. Just push more than you can because I've seen the work ethic they have in the States. And if I want to, compare to that, like I have to do a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So that summer was amazing. Like I really got to first travel to the
Mm-hmm.
United States, see how it is, the culture there and everything. And second,
Mm-hmm.
just compete, be better, mentally better. Like people yell at you, they don't have time for the bullshit. They
At
they
all.
straight up what's going on. So you take
Mm-hmm.
it, you get better from it. That's another thing.
Yeah.
But one thing that happened with me is that obviously I went with Brookwood Elite. We did those tournament, but I was already committed to go to Cégep.
Yes, sir.
So
Which was Cégep Saint Foy, right?
Cégep Saint-Foy, Cégep
Mm-hmm.
Saint-Foy.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened, teams kind of knew that I was already committing into another team for a couple years. Um, I think my performance in the States was good enough to attract a few schools.
Preps.
Yeah, but not just preps. Like at that point, we were talking about universities that were giving me a little bit of exposure,
Yeah, but okay. From secondaire 5, you can go straight into college, no?
right? I could. I know I
No,
could have not.
no,
I,
you didn't
I
have
know
enough. You didn't have enough grades, or not grades, but like
it is
subjects. So I think you needed some yeah, a year
some
or two. I think.
classes. I need
Mm-hmm.
some support classes, but the thing is, nobody really did that fast. Like either people at our age would be in high school in the States and keep going, but nobody really like, or very few players really like went from CEGEP to NCAA. at their
It's
age.
crazy now because a lot of people do that now.
Now people they do that. They spend 1 year in Cégep and they're gone into the
Mm-hmm.
NCAA. That's the way
Mm-hmm.
you don't lose your freshman year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way to do now. But back for me, like back in my time,
Oh, it
if I
wasn't
was
known at all.
at all, like I would be talking to my coach saying about going to NCAA, and they would be like, "You're supposed to stay with us for like 3 years," and I'm just like, my coach was not really helping me to get to NCAA level, but he was definitely helping me in my career as my potential was growing, and he allowed me to
Mm-hmm.
explore that and be a better player.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like I turned out to be great, but mashallah. But the thing is, it was just amazing to see how mentally I was affected and how mentally I wanted to get better after
Yeah.
seeing what's going on in the States.
Of course, that's like you said, bro. You was talking about runs, how it makes you better as a player, but experience. I mean, playing against people, seeing stuff, just seeing,
Right,
observing stuff that you're like, okay, this is a new level. This is what I gotta reach. This is how it goes there. And you're like,
right,
okay, yeah. You're going back home. You're like, okay, yeah. It gives you an edge, bro. You're like, I seen that. I know what it takes. Of course, we have talent, but it's not as serious as basketball. Is not as serious in Canada back then, obviously, as it was in the States. So I think that helped you a lot for your CJEP career for sure.
yeah, I believe so too. But
Mm-hmm.
that year that I did, my first year that I did in Cégep, I wasn't a starter, nothing. I was coming off the bench. I was playing behind two tall dude, Boris and Gabo. These two guys were just, you know, 6'7", 200, and like, damn, like, yeah, we're 220 easily. And it's like, we're talking about Cégep. So when you see these guys
Yeah.
in Cégep, it's like, oh, they're big. They're big.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
now it's every day, like in pro life, it's like everybody is that
Yeah.
height.
Hmm.
But the gem back then,
Especially in Quebec, bro. You don't see that like that. You don't see that
true,
size
true,
like that, bro. Yeah.
true. Quebec, you over 6'5", you gotta play in the post.
You play five.
You play the five. You sit in the paint, grab them
Hmm.
rebound. You barely shoot threes at that time. You barely shoot
No,
threes.
it's a rap. You think I'm pushing the post?
He was. That's what he was. He was just like so. And about that, I actually that's funny because it's about that time that during my CJEP career that I went back to Senegal and just this
Mm.
like one of the first thing I did when I got to the homeland. Hey, what is basketball looking like out here? I step on the basketball court. It's a park outside. It's like on a Sunday. That's the only day that everybody can go play free ball on the hoop,
Yeah.
and shit, everybody is on the court. And it's funny because everybody's shooting. And I'm the new kid on the block. It's like, who's this? Like, he's looking fresh. Where is he from? Blah blah blah. My
Hmm.
cousin brought me to the court, and all the girls were like, who's this? But whatever. I couldn't focus on it. I was just on the
Look at
court,
you.
and all of a sudden, somebody, everybody gets called in. Come through, huddle up in French. I was like, bien, bien. We're
Hmm.
about to play. Okay, can I play? Yeah, yeah. Everybody here can play. It's free today. I bet. But then I started looking around, and I'm like, everybody is over 7 feet tall, bro.
Yeah, they don't play in Senegal, bro.
Yo, these guys are towers, but like towers. And I'm like, I'm 6'5", and I'm like, what position am I playing? Back home, I'm playing like 4 or 5.
4 5.
As soon as the tip off happened, I put myself in the backcourt. We win the tip off. The dude gives me the ball right away, and I realize I'm the shortest guy on the floor,
Hmm.
and I need to play point guard. And
Hmm.
that feeling, like I just felt like, oh,
You
this is the
felt
time
great.
to get in my bag. You know what I mean? Like this is the time to go. Like I started twin. You know what I mean? Like yo, this moment, I said, okay. I just realized how much basketball is different depending where you play.
Oh yeah. Oh
Nah,
yeah.
it was just a crazy feeling. 6'5", going from center in Quebec to
Point guard right away.
in the park in Senegal.
And Senegal, bro, and gonna lie to you, Senegal got, bro, their talent, how they develop their talent, bro. Their players is freaking amazing. Like Senegal got some great players. Like I can
Mhm.
name you 5 Senegalese players that I know right now that's freaking good, and they fundamentally straight because You know, something that I can tell you about Africa is that they know how to implement the fundamental, right? It's
Mhm.
different speed of game, but fundamentally, like they know how to do stuff. That's why when African players come to African players come to the United States, bro, it's like
Yeah.
second nature because they first of all we work hard. So something that you never the motor is always there, and then they learn fast and fundamentals already there. So they're gonna kill. It's like you just put them in a position where maybe they in Africa where they don't have all the facilities, but when you give them the
Yeah.
facilities, you give them the shooting gun. Shoots me, they're gonna go in the shooting gun every time and they're gonna get
True.
better.
True.
Yeah.
Hard work, man. So let me ask you, is it like this in Cameroon too?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's like that. You know, I played in Cameroon in the club and great times, you know, like I seen some great they most of the not most, but people in my teams, maybe five came to the United States on
Oh,
scholarship.
man. On
So we
scholarship?
was like, yeah, yeah, bro. So it was a great club, and we learned a lot. Our coach, Frank, not Frank, but Chungi, Coach Chungi, he played
Mhm.
pro in France, so he already knew what he was like. He knew what he was talking about. He had connections and stuff like that. So it's like we had a good low, you know, bubble, and even the club, Kosangwe. I'm talking about Firehouse. I can't say a lot of names, but they tough. And even from Kosangwe, for example, we had two players that I played with in high school, which is kind of crazy. At the Rock, uh,
Right.
they played at Kosangwe, and then they came at the Rock, and then I came from Onyx. So just to tell you how Africa, like they know how to. I think it's up and coming. Even with that NBA stuff, they just open up. It's gonna be great, even for young kids and everything.
Yeah. And you said you went to
Yeah,
the Rock. Isn't that
yeah.
where you with this dude like who's an all-star in the NBA?
This dude is outside. Yeah, that's where I play with this dude. It was outside NBA. Yeah, so Cégep obviously is doing good. Mamadou out here, the face of Quebec.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, so he's the best of Quebec in Cégep. My question is because you touched on that, right? And I was gonna ask you about recruiting because I know recruiting is different in Canada that is in the United States. So how was recruiting? What made you decide? Because not skip. You can go back and Cégep if you want, but what made you decide to go to University of Alberta out of everything? How was recruiting over there? How because here's different. I think it's different, and I really don't know how it works in Canada that much. So tell us how it was. You know.
Canada. Well, first of all, Cégep finished, and I came out of two great seasons. Like
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, um, two MVPs back to back, all
Yes,
Canadian.
sir.
It was a uh, very strong step that I took during those 2 years. Um, then I had the chance to look over to the NCAA, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
We talked
I
about
started,
that.
well, yeah, we I started drawing attention a little bit and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
coming
You was
from
asking me a
CJ,
question. You was asking me questions about
huh?
what you should have done. Like you was asking me question when you was
Oh yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about it. Yeah.
about what I could do and everything. But the thing is, like I said, during my age group and where I was, not Montreal, but Quebec City, like
Mm-hmm.
people who made it to the NCAA right after Cégep was very rare. It was a path that people didn't know how to do, and my English was not good. Let's just keep it a buck. My English was not good. Like, I know this is not a reason anymore these days. You cannot speak English and still play NCAA. But coming from Quebec with the talent level that I had and everything, I tried to do the SCT test, and it was just like, what is going on? I don't really understand.
It was
So
bad.
it was bad. I think it was bad. Like I never really got the results like that or something like that. But the thing is, to make it to the NCAA, it's not even about only the ACT. It's really much more about like the process. You got to do the process. You got
Mm-hmm.
to do every steps to lead to it. You got to be eligible and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I had nobody, like nobody that was trying to lead me into this process.
Mm-hmm.
Like my assistant coach, who spoke the most English on my team, was telling me you should try the ACT test and see if you can get high grade high your grade high enough to make it to the NCAA. But nobody really took me and said, look, this is the step that you got to do to make it if you want to go NCAA. So I kept screaming, shit, I'm MVP twice here. Like I want to go to NCAA, but nobody
Mm-hmm.
really knew how to do this. Nobody really knew how to help me. And at that age, I could have done more. I think I could have done more and look, ask more questions and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't really mentored into that direction, and it turned out to be what it was because like I'm not regretting nothing. I still made it to the
Mm-hmm.
show. Like I'm still improving. It's so amazing that the path that I'm using to get where I am. But I think the kids nowadays they have a better mentorship. They have a better support to make it to this level.
Mm-hmm.
Just with social media and everything. But that's a whole different conversation.
Competition. Yeah, but I understand everything you're saying. I understand. It's like the person, people might not even know how to really do it, if it makes sense. Because
Hmm.
if they would have done it, they would have done it. But some of them didn't know what to do or where to call or what call you should
Yeah,
do or what connections. And
true.
like you said, bro, you need somebody to really direct you to exactly what to do, right? And like you're saying right now, it's easier now, but it's easy as cake. It's cake now. But why it happened is because of people like you. You know what I'm saying? Like people that wanted to do it and then somebody actually did it. Somebody actually learned. Somebody did the little research and sent a kid. And then people was like, oh, how you did that? And then boom. That's how the
You got
um that's how the knowledge got passed. And
That's
that's
true.
what but yeah, like I know you wanted to go to NCAA and you ended up to University of
Yeah,
Alberta.
yeah.
What was your
So,
options? How would that happen, recruit? How everything happened, bro?
well, once I couldn't, once I said officially that I'm not going NCAA. Almost all the schools in Canada like were on the table. Oh yeah, I had a lot of people calling my coach in Senegal. Hey, what is Mamadou doing next year? We heard he's not going to NCAA. Is he interested to come to the East Coast? Is he interested to come to the West Coast? Is he trying to stay home? So, first school to call me is the school in my neighborhood, Université Laval.
Yes, sir.
Calling my phone, ringing my phone every day. Oh, how you doing? How is everything? The school that I was playing in Cégep was kind of affiliated to them, right? They would send
Mm-hmm.
the players
Mm-hmm.
there all the time, going from back then to the Dominique Soucy, Charles Fortier, to
Mm-hmm.
until now, Nick Béjean, Alexandre Leclerc, everybody like went there
Mm-hmm.
from Cégep. But I had different plans in my mind. um, I've always been somebody that loves to travel, uh,
Mm-hmm.
be different places, and I wanted to see what Canada has to offer in terms of basketball because I heard that Toronto basketball was big, and I didn't know much about the West Side, but like I knew for a fact that I wanted to learn English, and learning English was not something that was going to happen in Quebec City, right?
Facts.
So that's one of the goals that I put in my mind very early in my age is I need to learn English to be good and like to do something in this world. And French is not just not going to cut it. Knowing that 90% of Canada speaks English, there's no way I just stay in Quebec and.
Another fact.
So then Laval called me. A couple of Montreal schools called me. Did a visit at Concordia, was talking a little bit with UQAM. But then I started putting more interest into like bigger schools that I know that are in the tops, such as McGill.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the McGill, wow, you need grades. You need grades, and let's just cut it. Let's just be honest here. My grades were not cutting it. My grades were not cutting it, man. So McGill was up the question. They knew, we knew. It's okay. Uh, but then I started hearing about this school. It was called Carleton University,
Oh yeah.
and it's such a prestigious school because they won the national chip like for 10 years in a row. Like
Yeah,
no,
yeah. They're
six.
wilding over there.
They were just winning everything in Canada. Like university in Canada basketball, Carleton, you winning.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, okay, so let me see what is going on. But they never called me. They never really put any interest into me. And I realized that I think it's because Toronto's area has so
Mm-hmm.
much there to give, and they don't really look outside of it unless a player comes to them, like
Mm-hmm.
Guillaume Payen did from Montreal. On stick, he went to Carleton, but you
Mm-hmm.
got to give them interest. They don't really need to. But I had other plans. I want to learn English, and Basically all the schools were on the table, and Bud Carton,
Mm-hmm.
Ottawa, and McGill. They were the three schools that were just like not really showing me any interest and love. So, but hey, knowing that I was coming out of two back-to-back MVP in
Mm-hmm.
Cégep, it's like wow, why would you not recruit this dude? That's what most of the teams were telling me. But that's perfect. That just gives me another incentive to work harder. And I started looking on the West Coast, and this school called, right, University of Alberta. They called my coach.
U of A.
U of A called my coach. My assistant coach was an English teacher, so he could really communicate well in English, right? But he was the one in contact mostly with the coach at U of A. And the way they recruit at U of A is that um, the main coach, basically the main head coach, would look into players that are on the east coast of Canada.
Hmm.
The assistant coach, which is an American guy from Las Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
would look into players in the States. And the
Hmm.
other assistant coach, which is more a local Edmonton guy, would look into like West Coast players. So they would
Hmm.
recruit in three different directions that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
So Coach Barnaby Craddock, great coach, like you know what I mean. Saw he heard about my noise on the East Coast, and he was building a team that was contender to championships and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be the year where they really wanted to go all out, and they were building a team up to this point. And when they heard that I was coming out of Cégep, 1 year older than most of the freshmen, and with everything that I was doing, he called me for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
So, that moment is so exciting because, you're coming out of Cégep, teams wants you. Like, you gotta look, who am I going to visit? Who am I giving interest to? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of things to look into. And this team on the West Coast calling me, they want me to go visit their school. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. And then when that happens, another team like that is pretty well known in Canada too, UBC Thunderbirds, same thing. Right after Alberta gives me interest, they call me, hey, we're UBC Vancouver. Like, Vancouver? Like, I'm like, it's on the other side of the country. I have no idea.
Word.
No.
I don't
But
know nothing about Vancouver.
I do know that Montreal and Vancouver are two cities that are in the top.
Yes.
So I'm just like, if I'm not going to Toronto area, but I'm going to Vancouver. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they call me to. They want me to visit, and I'm thinking like, well, I'm still finishing my school here, and Alberta wants me to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Vancouver wants me to visit, and UVic too. So University of Victoria want me to
Victoria.
visit, which is an island right next to Vancouver. So,
Mm-hmm.
and those teams, I know they're in the top 10 in terms of basketball in
Mm-hmm.
Canada. So I'm like, wow, this is a lot of interest, but I cannot just go back and forth all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to talk to Coach Barnaby, like about the possibility, like the coach at Alberta, about the possibility to make a round trip, a multiple
Mm-hmm.
destination trip for my
Oh,
visits.
that's a great idea.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe I could just fly to Alberta, fly straight from there to BC, and make it
Mm-hmm.
like in one trip, make it all. And competition between coaches and everything. Nah, they just canceled that idea right away. And
Wow.
I was just like, well, it's
Okay.
kind of tough for me to always have to go back and forth, especially when I'm finishing my Cégep here.
Was it paid for?
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, it would be paid for, but it was just a
Like all
tough.
the visits? How many visits you took?
That's the thing that um getting to that point. Once I realized I made the first visit to Alberta,
Yeah.
and that was kind of enough. That's
That
yeah.
that made
That
it.
was that was a done deal.
That's all you needed.
That was like you walk into an interview and they take you on the spot. That's kind of what he was. Yeah. So
Wow. What sold you
yeah.
like that?
So what sold me like that is just the whole environment. I walk onto the campus. They showed me where I would stay. I was having a room in the middle of the campus. I was like, I cannot be
Perfect.
more. Yeah, I cannot be more located. They showed me the facility where we're gonna play, the availability. I walk into a complex, like a facility complex that looked exactly like those facility complex they use in the States for AU tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
15 gyms on each side. Like I'm just like, wow, I can
15
never.
gyms. Like you talking about weightlifting gyms or like
I'm talking
gyms,
about gyms
basketball
like
gym?
basketball court, one next to each other.
Wow, in
Like
Canada, that's rare.
that's what I'm saying. Like when I saw that, like I was just really thinking about the amount of work that I can put in here is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like extremely like beneficial. Like I can always have a court to go play basketball on because
Mm-hmm.
where we practice, like we have their main court, and then it's like like I'm not even joking. You got like 7 courts that are next to each other, and you got another 7 court on the other side of the hall, and it's
Wow.
just like they're right there facing everything's facing each other. Like it's perfect.
I understand why you always go back there to work out.
Oh yeah,
Cause you're always there. You're always there, like in between your, when you play pro. Like I mean, in morning, I'm working out. I'm working out. I understand now, bro. I understand completely.
just because they give me they give me they give me the space. They give me the
Hmm.
space, and like we said back then at that time, it's just rare to find facilities that can help you this way. So
Hmm.
when I saw that, I saw the way they would take care of me, and one of the most important part is that Alberta University of Alberta has a faculty that gives almost all the main um, classes
Hmm.
or the main fields, but in French.
Oh wow, bro.
So yeah,
Yeah, they
University of
got you.
Alberta has
Yeah, they
has a
put you in your.
French faculty.
They put Mamadou in the bag like this. Phew.
Bro, they gave me everything I needed too. It's like come to this English speaking country, but come do
Yeah.
your studies in French. I was like,
Wow, that's freaking dope.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, you
it
was
was really
lit.
hard. It was hard to say no, man.
And how was it? Was it a great choice?
If it was a great choice,
Yes. Yeah. How'd you like University of Alberta?
amazing, bro.
It's
It was
amazing. You did
amazing.
4, how many years you did there?
5 years,
Wow.
5 years
Yeah,
living.
that's family over there. That's your home now. Yeah, that's your home now.
Edmonton is considered as my home. Yeah, when people say, "Where you from?" I'm saying, I'm from Canada." But like, I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I grew up in Quebec City, but Edmonton is in my heart too, like a lot."
Of course, college, bro, outweighed everything. Like
Right?
college years is different. You got so many stuff the stuff that you live with your teammates is like it's timeless, bro.
It is. It's
It's
definitely is.
timeless. It's timeless. Like you
Like
cannot replace that at all.
that's facts. You build memories.
Oh yeah.
You build friendships. Like you bond with people, and you just you keep those connections for like a
Forever.
long, long time. Yeah. So
Forever. They're like your brothers. But yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
are,
man.
man.
No, that is what it is, man. It's really amazing, and I'm so happy I made that choice to go to Edmonton because now I know about Canada. I know how it goes, and also look, I'm over there. I'm a kid from Quebec City, and when Quebec schools calls me, they tell me, "Oh yeah, we playing against 4 other schools. It's a league
Mhm.
of 5 schools total."
Oh yes, that
I'm
factor
like,
is very important. Yes.
I'm like, what do you mean 5 schools total? Like, you guys play 4 times against each other? Yeah, we play 4 times against each other, and then we play them again twice, maybe in preseason and twice in postseason. You play the same team like 6 times a year, and
This is it's tiring, bro.
you know the other players, like your pocket. It's like you know exactly how they play and everything. Like, there's only 6 teams or 5 teams in the league, so I'm like, that makes no sense, really. Like, I need more competition. Like, I'm not gonna get
Of
better out of
course.
that.
Of course.
Fly on the West Coast. First thing the coach tells me, we got 17 teams in the league, and we
Hmm.
fly into destinations.
Wow. So
I'm
it's like
like,
a D1, bro.
but mostly flying to destination. Sometimes we take round trips. If we go to BC, we play UBC. Then we take a ferry, and then we go play UVic 2 days later, and then it's a 5 days trip, and you come back to Edmonton, and you
Oh,
got
that's
home.
dope.
Like,
That's so dope, bro. So how was so give me a general, how was your college career? How was it? Like, yeah, I'm saying, like, how did you play? Do you think that you could have did better? You think that you did enough? You think that you did okay? Like, what you think about your college career?
honestly, my college career, out of 10, I would
Yes.
give you a 9.5. Solid 9.5, bro.
Great, bro.
Solid 9.5.
That's tough.
Like for things such as time, like facilities
Oh,
that I
my
can
bad.
use. Sorry. Like facility time that I can use, work that I can put in on the court before practice, weight room, all that was being covered. Going to flying between games, you know what I mean? Team bonding, the way like we can just like be together, and it makes me feel like shit. I'm actually like playing basketball when I step into the airport all the time, and it's like I know exactly where I'm going. Like, I
That's
go to
tough.
security, like we're going for a game, you know. On top of that, competition level is high. Like everything is very well organized. Everything is like it's parky clean. Like there's nothing weird. Like it's just like whoa. Like I'm actually like I'm a basketball player for this school, and it's like people are like
Yeah.
wow. Okay. And
And you left a mark for sure because, like you said, you had a great career there. So people know your name there, bro. And that's the most beautiful thing about it. Doing 5 years in one school and just playing great is
yeah,
just that's the top of the cake because now it's like your name there, bro. They know you. You left a great mark there. And like
yeah,
I was gonna say that I know they actually led because obviously you played great there. Let me see my face too as well. But obviously you played great there, but it led you to play for Canada. So how
yeah,
was that? Because I know
yeah.
you played for Canada and bro, I seen the games, bro. Y'all was hooping, bro. So how
Oh,
was that? Because I was proud of you because of that. That's tough. It's
oh
something
yeah, it
to
was tough.
do, bro. Like that's elite. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody can say that. Not everybody can say that, bro. That you went and represent your country. Oh, come
True,
on, bro.
true, no, true, true, true.
So how was that?
I had the chance to represent my country twice into international competition. And
Mm-hmm.
when you have a foot into that door, it's like a whole new world comes in. It's it's completely different. Such as they taking
I
care of
keep
you.
doing that.
They keep like um first of all, playing for these teams is an opportunity that I could have had if I was in Quebec, but I think it would have been a very smaller window. I would have
Mm-hmm.
had needed to be very like coming out of the lot or playing for McGill, which is McGill is a team that is running Quebec mostly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, that's what he was back then. Uh, and playing for Alberta, I think there's that thing that happens in Canada where basketball was a lot more respected in Toronto, first of all, and
Mm-hmm.
then on the West Coast. But
Mm-hmm. I agree.
everything that was happening east of that, like Quebec or Maritimes, like Halifax and all that, was kind of like it's
C'est le
fucking
hockey, bro.
yeah. It's like they're not really. It's sad to say, but it looks like Canada was not giving respect into basketball on the
No,
east
they
side.
weren't. They weren't. It was hockey. It was hockey.
Hockey
Pee
was the
wee.
thing. Yeah, Pee
You know.
Wee. But shit. So like being playing for Alberta, I had just so much more recognition, and I started well. Had Rookie of the Year
Mm.
um, on my team. We had the MVP as well, and we were both playing same position. So I learned a lot that year playing
Mm-hmm.
behind Jordan Baker. We were just
Good
like
player. Great
great
player.
player. Like he's coaching now. He's still playing pro for Edmonton Stingers, right? So it's big time in the CBL. But
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing we're gonna talk later. But shit, I was playing behind him and pause, and he was. We were still like I was still hooping and doing my thing. And in my head, I was like, "Shit, I can compete with this guy." Until
Mm-hmm.
like he made me a lot better. So then, my first year ended up on a great note like that. I was very sad. I couldn't speak English that much, but good enough,
Mm-hmm.
And I was living, experiencing the west coast of Canada. I was really happy in my situation. So the very next year, then when this guy Jordan Baker left, and like 6 players graduated, and we just coming off uh, third third position at national, and
Mm-hmm.
we had won our conference out of 17 teams. We had won the
That's
Canada West,
elite.
right? We were
Mm-hmm.
champions. So it was like a great first start in my university career, like as a rookie of the year in the league, on the team that won the chip in my conference, finished
Mm-hmm.
third at national. Like I couldn't ask for more. Like I was on the right path. I knew it. And
Mm-hmm.
and my second year, that summer, I said, no, 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 I got to be better. Like now, these guys are graduating. This is my time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, this is my
Mm-hmm.
time. I can do damage from very early in my university career. I'm gonna take it, and I just went crazy that summer. Worked really hard and got back, and I was one of the top 3 players on the team, top 3, top 4 players. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing. We still had like a very good core. Um, Playing with Youssef, who arrived
Mm-hmm.
from Montreal, and then other players like Kenny, Joe. Like we had a good core of players,
Mm-hmm.
and that year we were still like by the end of that year, my second year, like I really just bloomed out in a way. It's like I saw my chance, my opportunity. I took my shots. I was not shy, and I was just one of the main core players. Established
Mm-hmm.
myself as somebody that can really dominate this on this team, and it was great also to be playing with other guys that had their names and were actually very good. Like we had
Mm-hmm.
very good players, so teams couldn't just focus on one player. You had to
Oh yeah,
focus
that's the best. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
teams,
Yeah.
and that gives you windows and chances to perform and be better. And that really also helped me in my progression because they couldn't just stop me. They had to stop Kenny. They had to stop Joe. Other players that ended up playing pro as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like wow. And we had Youssef as a point guard. It was amazing. Like I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So then a great second year. By the end of the second year, we finish in the top 10 rankings, but we lose our quarterfinals because we happen to play the team that is number fourth in the country that was in our conference too.
Yeah.
So we lose to them at their house in the quarterfinal. The year is done. Um, can't do nothing about it. Like it was a great year, but it just ended up,
Yeah. Falling short.
short. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what he was. After that, like this was my third year after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think is that the year that I went to? I think that's the year. Yeah, after that year, that's the year that
You
my
want to?
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to my coach was selected as the head coach of the
The year?
development team. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you said the head coach of the year. Okay, that
no,
would be
no,
tough too.
he was selected as the head coach of the development team Canada. They would send to South Korea for the university
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And he had a spot left on the roster. He said, "I'm gonna bring my best, like one of my guy on my team," and happened to be that the other 2 guys that were really good on my team were graduating too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that Kenny, he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna be working with Mamadou for a couple next year. I'm gonna bring him with me on this trip," and
Mm-hmm.
I went there, and that was my first time representing Canada.
Tough.
Experience was amazing. When they just give you all the gear. They take care of everything. You don't have to lift a finger, and they tell you you're about to go spend a week at the University of Kansas, and you're just gonna go
Tough.
train there. And it's like this is a week. That's the training camp, basically. The week is a
Mm-hmm.
training camp, and right from there you leave Kansas, and you go to South Korea to play
Wow.
the university games. I said, look, this is a whole different level that I'm putting myself into, and he was a no-brainer. He was as soon as he told me, I'm like, yes, no matter what it is, I'm coming. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what, I'm coming. And some very good players were there too. Like Johnny Bermensko was leading Ottawa
Mm-hmm.
Youth. We had so many guys that were on the East, West Coast, everywhere, a little bit from the country that was just like playing with us. You know what I mean? Chris McLaughlin, like Jordan Baker, like we had all the main guys on the top teams,
Mm-hmm.
and I was lucky enough that my coach was the coach, and he saw that my potential could fit into this, and I took it with like, you
Right
know,
there. Yeah, you took
when
it.
the door opens, you
You
take
gotta
it, right?
take it. Yep.
So I took that chance, and it was amazing because the team bonded so well from the very start. Like nobody had ego. It's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody understood. Like shit, we're representing Canada. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about us. You know what I mean? We represent Canada right now, so we don't have time for all that. I want to be the best player. I
Ego.
want
I
to do
want
this.
to who. I want to score the most buckets. I want. Yeah.
We don't have time for that. Everybody
Yeah.
wanted to win. So it's like find your role in this team. Trust the coaching staff. We're gonna win. And shit, that's what everybody did. Like we bonded so well. We showed up in Kansas, had two good games against the University of Kansas, which was the team that USA would send to
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
games. We played against these guys. Both games we were up 10 in the third quarter and ended up losing. But
Ah.
you know, yeah, it was just the way. Like Americans have one thing that I can say is like they're resilient, and sometimes I feel like most of the countries players like we just take our foot off the gas, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like when Americans are eating like the
It
eating
comes
like
with confidence, though. They're confident that they're better than everybody else. That's where it comes. That's what it is. That's why they're resilient. I think they're just like, okay, they got that swagger where we better, because y'all probably play better than them, but in their heads, it's like, nah, we better. So it comes with like, okay, we gotta win. You see what I'm saying?
right,
I think that's
right,
what it is. And who was in that team? Was this Wayne Selden in them, or
yeah.
yeah,
Wayne.
Wayne?
So it was a year after Wiggins, I think. So it was Wayne Selden, um, Perry Jones,
Yes, Perry. Perry was in there, I think.
Percy. Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Then Frank Jackson, Frank Mason the third.
Frank Mason. Who tough.
Yeah, Frank Mason was good, bro.
I love that
That dude,
point guard.
I remember running back on the court. It's a fast break situation. You get the ball, and I'm at the top of the key. We turned the ball over. He just made a steal, and he's running towards the hoop, and I'm at the top of the key, so I'm the first man back. I'm running back too,
Yeah, yeah.
and like I'm thinking, like this dude is 5'8". Shit, let me plug this ass. Like you know, what I mean, in front of
Mm-hmm.
14,000 people in the stands. I'm like, he's in his crowd. No, I'm a swat that. So I'm coming, just like a rookie mistake. I'm coming a little bit too fast, trying to jump, but the dude just used his body, jumped into me, and used
Mm-hmm.
his body to cover himself and finish with
Ish.
the right hand. And then with all the cinematic, he falls on the floor and everything. They call it N1, and then like I'm just like you see there's a picture you see myself I'm just like whoa, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just kind of cut off, and you see him in control just like using his body to finish on me.
Yeah.
And when that happened, after that he makes the N1, and just the whole court is shaking, the whole stadium is going crazy, you know using that as a momentum
Mm-hmm.
is just like
He knew how
that's
to
when I
use his body
realized
for
okay.
sure. That's how he was
Mm-hmm.
doing. Them small point guards. You gotta watch out for them small point guards because they know how to use their body, bro. They're not playing with you. They're gonna
Yeah,
get those. They're gonna get those layups by any means necessary. If they gotta fillet you like this,
yeah,
they're
he's
gonna
gonna do
do
it.
it.
Oh yeah, and he jumped from far too. He had hops, bro. That's the thing that I was just so surprised. It's like by the time I'm thinking about jumping, he's already in the air, and I'm
Oh,
like,
he was thinking about laying you. He said, lay.
oh yeah, bro, this dude, he nah. Anyways, so when that
But
happened, like I realized, look, once again, I'm in a different environment where basketball is very important here, but it didn't stop me. First game that we played against Kansas, like that, I didn't play so well. Like I had 1 point. I
mm-hmm,
had nerves and everything. But the second game, like I put a little mark. I had 9 points, a few rebounds.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I was playing that dude in the post Perry. What's his name, bro?
But yeah, we going. Let me see. Watch this right here. We gonna
Uh,
tell, but keep going,
because
keep going, keep going.
he was a power forward that was been there for 4 years running the paint
Oh,
in in Kansas. He made it to the G League too. I think he
yeah,
got drafted and all
it's
that.
definitely. And the one you was talking about, Perry Jones. He went to Perry Jones. I
No,
know
it's not
Perry
Perry
Jones
Jones.
went to Baylor, I think.
It's not Perry Jones. It's not Perry Jones. It's yeah. Anyways, but this guy
Mm-hmm.
like was a force inside, and it's funny because when I was playing him, he was like, I was thinking he's not that nice, but then I just realized that this dude has all these moves on fleek. That hook shot over you is going in
Yeah.
every single time. Like he's
It's
gonna
just
buzz you.
fundamentally it like Tim Duncan type stuff.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah.
basically, and that's what he was. Like he was just fundamentally so sound that you would always use every chances to make a
Perry
bucket.
Ellis.
Perry Ellis. There it
There you
is.
go.
This dude was just like so I was matching him during the game, which was tough, but I still
Mm-hmm.
played all right. You know what I mean? I still had my little 9 points out of hustles mostly. Like, you know what I mean? Lanky dude that is swiveling between everybody, grab that rebound, put it back in quick, run on defense.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of me. Um, my my most impressive moment, I would say, about that game that we played against Kansas was when they made a bucket and then we came back and the whole crowd was going crazy. And we running back, like literally, we trying to take advantage of this kind of like a transition after a bucket. We
Yeah.
inbounded it fast, and the ball hands in my hand. I'm at the top of the key. Everybody's screaming. The court is shaking. I can't hear nothing. I don't know what's the play call, but I do this move where I just take one dribble, two dribble towards like like driving
Mm-hmm.
towards the free throw line, and I just stopped right away in momentum. I stopped. So Perry Ellis just shifted far enough for me to make a
Mm-hmm.
spin move at the free throw line and just knock down the shot over him. And when I
Tough.
made that shot, the whole crowd just,
Zoom.
it's silent. Yeah, exactly. And that feeling,
It
like
feels
I felt
great.
like, okay,
Will you,
the
if we
momentum
talk
is
about
shifting.
feelings right now, second year, buzzer beater. Whoa.
I did not
How
call
was
that.
that feeling?
Hey, there's an old
Second
saying.
year, Canada teams, buzzer beater. How was that feeling, bro? Tell me
Yo,
about that.
you got time? You got time?
I got
Hey,
time. We ain't even talking, bro.
I bet you got time. I hope these people listening got time because this thing, bro. I'm in Australia. It's crazy. We over there.
This man gonna tell us. I love
Like,
it. Tell me the story, bro.
yo, I'm in Australia. It's crazy. It's this Commonwealth Games where we only have like a few countries, but everybody is trying to like show off and be the best team. And Australia has a squad full of pros, and New Zealand have a squad full of pros, and us Canada we got a squad full of university players that are coming out of university graduating. Nobody plays pros on the squad, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the first time that Canada sends a basketball team at the Commonwealth Games. So it's very exciting for us to be there. And, we're going through like a very good tournament. We beat teams such as Nigeria, or we beat other teams, such as, but, we beat the teams far enough to make it to the quarterfinal where we win. I don't remember who we were playing again, but we win that. And then we get to the semifinal. It's about
Mm-hmm.
the end of the tournament. We've been in Australia for like what, 2 weeks now. It's been a great environment. We live like on a kind of like a villa.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fine. And there's this game that we play against New Zealand. For this is the game that leads us to the championship game. If you win, and everybody in Australia expected the final game to be New Zealand versus Australia. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They had the strongest squad, full of pros and everything. But it happens that this Canada team, full of university players, comes out in the semifinal, and we just going crazy. Some of our
Mm.
players are dropping like our buckets right now. Like
My man
three
Mambi
guys.
was on that team too, right?
Mambi was on that team. Shit, David Kapinga was on that team.
Yeah.
We had these two guys just had won the national chip, right? They had in the CISU sport. So we had that. We had J Vic, Manny Deresa from Toronto. We had we had almost everybody that was making noise in
Mm-hmm.
U sports was there, right? And I was there as well representing U of A. and Connor Morgan from
Mm-hmm.
UBC, that was probably her best player at the time, I would say. Um, shit, we were just there hooping. The
That
coach was
was
the coach
tag
of
too, though. That had some great players, bro. That was tag too.
yeah.
Young
So
Guns.
yeah, the coach was the coach from Manitoba, and that was another team where everybody bonded very fast too. Like we
Mm-hmm.
represent Canada, we don't have time for ego, all that. Like let's just do what we do and work hard. And from the very start, like everybody's just, you know, it doesn't matter if I play or I don't play. Like I'm just happy to be here and I want to give my best.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, leading up to this game, we're winning. We're winning the game by 20. Like we're winning the game by 20 against New Zealand. We hype, we feeling it like we're about to make it to the championship game. And then they just make a comeback. And they
Mm-hmm.
make a comeback to the point where it's like it's very tight. And it's like, one of those comeback, the game comes down to 15 and you start like looking at the clock. And then,
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
like, dang,
third quarter.
can
You
you
know?
be over? Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's not supposed to be like that. Like
Yeah.
they like the game is by 10 and it's beginning of the fourth quarter. And it's only by 10. And you're like,
Oh
shit,
no.
you know? So all of a sudden, it's like, wow, our guys that were playing so good, they kind of like, they're not playing as good anymore. And like, the game is only up by 5 with 4 minutes left. And it's like, okay, like everybody's kind of stressed now. So we over there just trying to compete with these guys, and the game ends up being super tight. So where I come in into play is very funny because basically I was not on the court.
Mm-hmm.
I was not on the court until the very last minute and a half of the game,
Wow.
basically. Like I did my thing in the first half, but in the second half, I wasn't on the court much until the very last minute and a half of the game, where
Look at
one of the
that. Look at
guys,
that, bro. So, that's crazy.
one hey, one of the
Yeah.
guys on the that wasn't actually playing got fouled out, and they need somebody.
Wow.
Yeah, they need somebody. Like they're looking on the bench, like who can replace him right now. And coach is like, Mamadou Gueye. And I'm like, dude, I'm cold. I'm
That's what I
like,
was gonna say.
like this
That's
is
what I was
like
gonna
this is
say.
big time. This is important. Like you're trying to tune in and just
Yeah.
feel like yo, you gotta go now. It's time. It's time. And it's not like a basic simple game that I'm doing at U of A, Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
we're in
Oh
Australia.
no,
It's
no,
time.
it's the worst stage now. You're in
Yeah,
the
you
worst
people
stage
like
now.
watching this. So
Yeah.
I'm like, stepping on the court, and I'm guarding this guy. This guy name is Abercrombie, and he's like kind of like my. He's pro. He's kind of like my shape and everything, a little bit taller, but he's
Mm-hmm.
very well known in Australia. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, I know this guy is playing pro for one of the top teams in Australia, and he's
In the
he's known in
NBL, I suppose.
NBL. Yeah, NBL
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So then I'm like, whoa, like I'm cold. I'm trying to turn myself up and everything. There's a minute and a half left, and I'm just like trying to play defense and everything, but like my body is just not following my mind right now. The things I'm trying to do is not going, and um, coming down 40 seconds into the game, I think we're down. I think we're down like 3 or 2 or something like that. I don't have the facts right,
Mm-hmm.
but my guy catch the ball at the three, shoots a three, bang, put it in. The game is tight. I'm like, I already
How did
fuck
y'all
up on
get
the.
to that though? Come look at the game. Y'all up 20. Y'all coming down, shooting
Hey,
bank shots to tie
blew
games.
we blew up the lead like beginners, bro. And he shot the dude I'm guarding shoots the 3 point to tie it or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, fuck, like I need to step it up now. I cannot be the reason why my team lose.
This man, look
You
at
know,
does that go into a basketball player head?
and fuck it up. So
Yeah.
then I we go to the other side, we make a bucket
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, or we go to the foul line. It's maybe like we up one or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then right after that, we come back on defense. They make a play, they shoot a 3 point. I'm on the other side, and just like there's too much going on right now at this time. I'm not really thinking straight. They make the shot, they miss the shot. When they miss the shot, it's about what, maybe 30, 20 seconds down left.
Mm-hmm.
And they miss the shot, and I look at And I do this mistake where they take the shot and I look at the ball instead of boxing out.
Boxing out.
And I look at the ball hits the back rim and goes in the air. And I see the ball coming my direction. So I tried this jump. But somehow, while I jump, I see somebody jump higher than me, over me, behind me, pause, and this guy catch the ball two hand and put back dunk. And that was the same dude that shot the 3-point. That was my match shot.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
So, I'm like, I just got put back dunked on the national stage in 20 seconds. Like, that might be the dagger. And like, by the time we take a timeout, there's maybe, I think, 10 seconds left. People are
10
shaking
seconds, yeah.
People are shaking their head. Like, it's like we might just lose now. Because I forgot to box out and because I allowed my dude to make the other bucket before. Yo, this is not going well. Yeah, I'm back on the laptop.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead, bro. So how was the huddle like? Oh, shoot, let me see. I got to fix my hair.
Hey, so you looking fine? You looking good, bro?
Yeah, so how was the huddle like? What's the attitude and everything?
Hey, coach just trying to stay positive. He's on his like, okay, fuck what happened. We need to find a way to win.
Did he draw something?
He draw a play. He draw a play. He draw this play where I'm not involved. I'm not supposed to be the one taking the shot. Nothing. I'm just supposed to be in the corner. You know. So it's funny because the play that he draw was actually a good play for Connor to shoot the ball or for Manny DeRessa to come the other way and be open and shoot the ball. But then, right before the play starts, like, you know,
the defense switched.
No, he didn't switch nothing. Everything was going like planned.
No, I'm saying like, everything was going planned. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, everything was going planned.
I'm getting excited, bro, because it's getting to that moment, bro.
Hey,
go ahead.
There's like 6 or 7, 8 seconds left, and and then the play is going fine. I'm on the other side of the court, you know, in the corner. I'm not supposed to be there. All I got to do is lift up to leave enough space for Connor to shoot the ball or to swing the ball to him to shoot it, you know, after you get the screen. So remember that we're losing by 1, so we only need a 2. He doesn't have to come all the way out. I'm not involved in this play at all. And the assistant coach still whispers to me right before the ball gets inbound. He says, hey, get ready to shoot. If the ball comes to you, just get ready to shoot. I say, that's true. So I look, like on the video, you can literally see me look my head on the side and be like, okay, I bet. You know, you just gave me the green light that, you know, I can do something. But in my head, he was like, with the few, like there's 8 seconds. If the ball swings to me, it's a shot. You know, no matter what happens. Like I tuned in myself. It's like, if I touch this ball, I'm shooting the ball.
You gotta shoot and make it.
Yeah. I'm not thinking about nothing else. I'm shooting this ball and we live with whatever happens. And so the play starts. The ball gets inbound to the point guard. And the way he was like the inbounder was getting like a screen, you know, right away to go inside the paint. But we're playing against pro players. And somehow the defender of the man who was supposed to screen for the inbounder, like does a dirty lifts his knee up, right?
As always.
So the screener falls on the floor. When the screener falls on the floor, the whole play is broken because like
the clock's ticking.
The clock is ticking and the play is broken and guys are not getting open. Nothing is going on. So the point guard has the ball in his hand at the top of the key, but doesn't know what to do with it because 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and he still hasn't done nothing. Nobody's open.
Of course, you freeze up in this type of moment, bro. You freeze up, bro.
He froze, but he froze. He didn't think like shit. It's my time. He was more like I'm the guy who's passing this one. But me on the other side, like I was on top of the 3-point on the other side. I was like, if this ball touch my hand, it's gonna be a shot. He swings the ball to me right away. I say, no, I see the ball coming to me. I'm making sure I'm catching this ball. And I'm trying to do something to shoot it. And I ain't gonna lie, I caught the ball. I took one dribble. I almost fell. I almost fell on that dribble. But I was like stable enough to set my feet 1-2
1,
behind the
2.
two. That one dribble separated me enough from my defender. Look at the rim, get up, 2, 1. I'm shooting this ball.
What we practice, that's what hoopers always practice, bro. That 3,
Right?
2.
Like,
Yeah.
and I feel the ball leaving my hand, and I'm like, I put too much force into this ball, bro. like this is not fluid. Like this is too much strength into this. And I see the ball going, and I'm like, I don't know if it's too much. Luckily enough, bro, right angle. Like I said, in my head, it was not about it's gonna be a bank or it's gonna be a switch. It's gonna be a nice, pretty shot. It was like it's gonna be a bucket, bro. This needs to be a bucket. I shot the ball, bro. When I saw the ball go in, which was a bank shot, I saw the ball go in. I turned around, and I was in that moment where I was like, I don't really know what's what is
what just happened.
Like this ball went in, bro. And I was
like,
thinking,
what just happened? That's what you was thinking, bro.
I was just like, yeah, kind of like, yo, I don't know what just happened, but this ball went in, bro. I made this shot.
It's crazy.
And I was like, we just won, bro. And I turn around. I'm in the middle of the court. You see me just like walking towards the back. I'm kind of like look confused, but at the same time, when I made that shot, and it took me half a second, 2 seconds to realize that the shot went in, and like we just won. And when that happened, I don't know if you saw the picture, but I'm not smiling.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm not smiling. And the thing that I was thinking at that very moment, after that I realized the ball went in and we won, like literally 2 seconds after the shot, is shit. I just made it up for that putback dunk that I got on my ass. That's the only thing that kept me without smiling, bro. That's the reason why I was not smiling, because I was thinking about the fuck ups that I did. I put their team in this position, and I was like, I just made it up for it. I have nothing to smile about. I just did what I had to do.
Wow.
And it was not pretty, but I was thinking like, now all this fuck up that I did on defense, everybody forgot about it.
That's interesting. It's interesting because, but that's probably what makes you great, because you thought about exactly what you did wrong, bro, and how you made it up. You wasn't even focused on the moment like that. You just focused on exactly how you made that thing up, like how you made that mistake up.
That's all that went through my head. Everybody was happy, screaming. Everybody's rushed the court, pushed me in another direction. And I told myself, nah, guys, I fucked it up. I made it up now. I'm good.
Wow, that's crazy. I never thought that you thought this in your brain, bro.
Bro, that's why I was so...
I really thought that you did the Derrick Rose.
Oh, no.
Derrick Rose did this. And that's your man's too.
Derrick Rose is my favorite player.
Derrick Rose did that. Just like you, bro. Just looking.
It was not. It was really like a situation like, I fucked it up, guys. Now I made it up. Let's just clear this out. We move on. And that's what kept me like not smiling 1 second.
Yeah. But when you went back home, you was like, oh man, this OD.
Oh yeah, no, we good. Like
you didn't think that was, because that's a big shot, bro. You didn't think when you went back home and think it settled, like, who drink water. He's like, hey, that shot's nice. I know you did that. When you set up, when you looked on video again, and he was like, hey, yo, I did that. This tough.
Oh, trust me. I've been watching this video like over and over and over and over. Like that's all it was on my phone. It was just like, and with that, notifications. Oh my God, Canada going for the Golden Gate. I'm putting this away. Another one. Mamadou shot the buzzer beater. Guy, kid from Alberta killed it.
You show your mom. You show your mom your video.
Huh?
You show your mom the video.
I didn't have to show her. The news showed her, bro.
What'd she say?
Hey. First of all, there was a lot of commotion after the shot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like, what just happened? Blah blah blah. Everybody's trying to get a hold of me, trying to talk to me. My DM
Mm-hmm.
is going crazy. Wow,
Oh,
you
your DM's going crazy, huh?
crazy. Everybody, like people that I don't know, people that I
No,
know.
no, no. I'm talking about crazy.
He wasn't like that, but hey, he got very serious. Like to the point where like, long story short, I go back home, Canada. You the kid who shot the bus beater, right?
Look at the name.
Yo,
That's
but
me.
yeah, to come back to that moment,
That's
everything goes
tough, bro.
nuts. My mom, I knew you could do it. That's what she said. Savais que tu pouvais le faire.
African moms.
Je savais que tu pouvais le faire. J'ai jamais douté en toi. I never
Jamais.
doubted in you. I knew you could do it. I was not surprised. I just knew you had it.
Hmm.
That's what happened. My brother, yo, that's a turn off, bro. You gotta be so
Word.
confident.
Oh, of course, you show that to all
Yo,
his friends. You show that to
yeah,
all
you're
his
like Game of
peeps.
Thrones, bro. You didn't smile. That's what he told me too. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was still thinking about that putback dunk that I got.
That's a great freaking moment, bro.
So
Such a
yeah,
great moment.
so
It's
then
just to top off. To be honest, it's like that was like the cherry on top of your college career. Just Canada in general, and just bro, it just put everything.
fact, bro. How to finish my college career in Australia with a buzzer beater to represent Canada, bro.
Because that was after that was like after you graduate type stuff, right? Not graduate, but finish your whole college career, right? And then you
Right.
went to
That was my last
wow,
year before I make it pro. Um,
wow, that's
no,
crazy actually.
no, it was great. It was amazing. That was a very good feeling. None say that Instagram just went crazy after that.
Oh yeah,
Um, uh, and then I came back to Canada. First thing that I hear, hey, we're gonna set up a press conference for you to talk to journalists because everybody's trying to ask you questions. And Freddie, you know me, like I'm
yeah, I
not that
know.
like
No,
I'm
no,
low
you
key,
the sneaky guy.
like I don't like. So when the dude said that, what I say, nope,
Nope.
not doing that. And I think I pissed off a lot of people by not talking about it.
But
But
that's what I'm saying. Is like, but to be honest, it's like that's how you are. But you should have did it because
yeah,
it's,
well,
it's
it's a moment like this that it's gonna be remembered, right?
you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of I have friends like you one of them that's like always like nah because that's how you are, that's your character. But sometimes you gotta hype yourself up, bro, because if you don't at the same time people not gonna do it like that. Like you gotta hype yourself up. It's you, bro.
No, you're right, and I think that's something that I learned with my professional career. Though that's something that
Which
I
we're
learned.
gonna lead right now. It's great that we talk about that. U of A, Canada. Now how's the transition to pro? Now I'm talking about find a team, agents, because my brother actually told me that, which I and that's true, is like you can play D1, you can play D2, you can play NAI, you can play D3, you can play, but once you can play obviously U Sport, CIS, but if you're not top 15 in the league, if you're not a round pick, if you're not a lottery pick, like
Right,
everybody fall in the same spot, because if you don't get picked in the NBA, right, all of them got to find a way to get pro. All of
facts.
them. I'm talking about that's everybody, because we can find people that was D1 high majors hooping that's still to this day trying to find a way to find a team. So it's hard. Like everybody in the same kind of bubble right after if you're not picking the NBA, right? So my question will be, agents. How was agents? How was finding a team? How was the transition? Because I know it's hard. Find a good situation for pros. Well, find a good situation for a city and everything like that. So yeah, go ahead, enjoy.
Well, it's first of all to understand that now it's not just school that's gonna hold your hand and bring you places, and now it becomes your job, and it's on you, and it's only on you. Like that's an important step to realize that the mistakes that you make right now are gonna have an effect on you, and nobody else is going to be involved in that. So that's the first thing that really came into my mind. He was like, now I got to take care of myself, like fully without nobody else helping me, or no coaches telling me what to think, or like, no help whatsoever. Like whatever is
Mm-hmm.
going on, I do it. And on the good side of that is that I can take all the choices that I want. I decide
Mm-hmm.
how I want to lead my career. I decide if I want to play for the highest levels or if I want to play for money. I
Mm-hmm.
decide if I want to play for like living in a in a great area in a great city in the world, or if I can settle myself for like a situation that is not so great but that has the best competition.
Mm-hmm.
I really get to pick which environment I want to go into. But before that, in order to do that, you need to have an agent, or you need to have somebody that looks out things for you if you don't have connections. Because
Mm-hmm.
basketball becomes a world of connection. Like it's not just only about talent. It's not just only about hard work anymore either. It's about
Mm-hmm.
connection. Who
Who
do
you
you
know?
know that knows him that's gonna get you a job? Like some players, you see them, and that happens to all pro players that I know. You see someone, they're like, not better than me,
Hmm.
but somehow this guy makes more money. He's playing in a high level. Why is that?
Hmm.
Because it's connected to the right people. And that's when finding an agent comes into play, and it's so hard to find the right person because big agencies would have a lot of names under them, and they would just treat you like a piece of meat. You know what I mean? Are we gonna sell you to the team? And once you sign with somebody, it's fine. You know what I mean? We don't really
Mm-hmm.
care about what's going on now. You gotta find your way.
Mm-hmm.
Some other agents have less people, let's say, and are trying to build a career for themselves, and they could be like more loyal to you and more considerating of what you trying to have, what you trying to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what it came down to when I had to pick my agent. I decided to go with somebody that had less people under him, was representing less people, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
up and coming, and somebody that had enough connections to put me in a situation that I think would be beneficial for me. But because he had less people, like he would focus more time on me and what I wanted, and
Mm-hmm.
he would just really listen to my thoughts. And
Mm-hmm.
I think when you go into big agencies with big players' names or big, a lot more people under them, like they
Mm-hmm.
don't really take the time to listen to you unless you're big time. You know what I mean? So that's the choice that I made, and I really like the choice that I made because we really looked into different options to do what was best for me at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
The situation that I got put in, which was Germany,
Mm-hmm.
um, was a good situation for me to succeed. Unfortunately, I just had my differences with the coach, and
Mm-hmm.
he ended up being somewhere where I didn't feel like I was improving, and somewhere where I didn't feel like the coach valued me for what I could give. He
Mm-hmm.
offered his team, and he brought an extra player. He literally told that to my face. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what the basketball world is. If you start taking things personal, you gotta understand it's a business, and
Mm-hmm.
people are trying to make money out of it. Like, basketball players. It seems like these guys in the NBA are living the dream sometimes, but sometimes they don't really have much control of what's going on.
Facts. Well, we see it all
So,
the time.
so that's
They ship
basically,
you. They ship you like freaking whatever.
yeah, like an Amazon order, bro. Sometimes it's just gone,
Mm.
and it is what it is. But before I made it to Germany, the agent that I signed with um, was putting a team together to go participate for the Williams Jones Cup, right?
Okay.
Which was in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
So that was another great opportunity for me to have exposure internationally. And we ended up winning this tournament, and we played against in front of teams in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of opened the door for me to Asia as well. I didn't know what basketball was here in Asia. I
Mm-hmm.
knew I was going to go to Europe, but I was like, we never know how things turns out, right? And
Mm-hmm.
by playing in this tournament, which is a tournament that Michael Jordan played into
Nice.
before, like you can really put yourself, bring exposure into what's going on. So coming into this tournament, like I was really excited, but right away, as soon as I landed in Taiwan, my agent offered like showed me a deal that was on paper with a club in Germany, and I knew the second league of Germany was a very good stepping stone for anybody that wants to start their pro career. It's
Mm-hmm.
very respected and it's legit, and people like know that there's a lot of defense being played there, and everything is good for players
Mm-hmm.
that comes out of this. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Taiwan. I'm already signed with a team in Germany. I'm with this agent that basically brought me to Taiwan and already found me a deal. So I felt like I was in good hands. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Out of college. So that's basically how you went with my agent. Is the actions that he put in to play were enough for me to believe that I made a good choice because you didn't stall me, and you didn't really like just say things and then came through with it. Like
Mm-hmm. He
literally
follow he follows his actions. He was a man of his word.
right away, literally
Mm-hmm.
like a month, 2 months after I'm done, I'm coming back from Australia, my last year. Like I already got a deal, and I'm already in another country having exposure internationally. Like he was like I was really happy, and the way this agent approached me, it was not me that came to him. He came to me. Like he was really on my case. Like just the
Mm-hmm.
same way teams were recruiting me coming out of Cégep, this guy
Mm-hmm.
recruited me heavily coming out of college. I know
College.
you have potential. I've seen you. I've heard about you. Like you make noise and everything. Like I'm this guy. I represent these people. I'm up and coming. I think I can be very good for you. And um, when that happened, I really like it wasn't like finding a college to go to where I was younger and didn't really put in the work like or just did a little bit of work research. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
now for agent, I really said, no, this is my life we're talking about. So I'm really gonna go all out trying to find the best that I can have for my
Mm-hmm.
situation. And I started
Mm-hmm.
talking to players that uh, just turned pro or been pro for a long time. Hey, do you know this guy? Hey, how did you pick your agent? Hey, what are the things I should be looking for? And it's
Mm-hmm.
impressive how in the basketball world, like you can be playing against a guy for many years, but if he makes it pro and you make it pro, you guys are some of the few that made it pros. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like at that point, it's not anymore about you play for that school and I'm playing for this. It's like you're from Canada, I'm from Canada too, man. Like this is a world of basketball. We need to help this
Yes.
out. And
And I don't want to cut you off. And
uh,
basically with that, that's when you see that basketball world is so small. It's
right.
yeah, the basketball world. That's when you see that it's just small. Like everybody know everybody type stuff. Keep going though.
Everybody knows, yeah. Everybody knows everyone. It's a
Mm-hmm.
world full of connection. And when you go into a different place and you see somebody from your country, you're like, you made it to this point, I made it too. Like we need to stay strong together and like just really,
Yes. Yeah.
even if we play against each other in the same league, but it's like, hey, how you doing over there? Like, how's the situation? How's everything? Because you never know if maybe 2 years from now, the team
Mm-hmm.
that he's playing for is gonna call you or
Mm-hmm.
help him get a job somewhere else. So
Yes.
it's just amazing to transfer that kind of like all that energy that you have on the court to that like helping each other off the
Mm-hmm.
court all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a whole different lifestyle. It's a whole different vision, and leading to that, like basically, I talked to a lot of people trying to find the agent that I wanted to. I got great, recommendation from this guy that I was talking to, and
Mm-hmm.
I just saw how interested he was about me, and he seemed like he was very like believing of everything that I can accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
So with him finding me a deal, bringing me to international competition right away, I signed with this guy, and then we went into the direction of Germany. Right,
Mm-hmm.
playing in Germany, things didn't go as well. Like I wasn't having the best rookie year, but it's like being a rookie, you learn, and
Mm-hmm.
being pro for the first time. It's not just about what's going on in the court. Like it's about everything else. You're in a whole different country.
Yes.
It's a new culture. There's things that you used to do that you're not doing anymore. And one thing that if people listen to this until this point and they want to become
Oh, they
pro,
will.
like yeah, they will. But trust me, there's something that people don't know about being professional. Some of that. It's like once you turn pro, don't expect things to be like amazing,
Hmm.
such as facilities. I turned pro
So important, bro. That's a snippet
and
right here.
we practicing in high schools gym with almost no nets.
Wow.
Like I turned pro and I'm sharing my apartment with other people and I got a small ass room and we got things breaking off in the apartment. I turned pro and shit, we going into buses to places. It takes forever. We don't
When
have the
when when in
transportation.
college you was taking planes.
I was flying in college, but now I'm taking buses. Like people have that mindset that it's like I'm going pro now. Everything's gonna be better. I'm living a better lifestyle and everything. It's not true. It's not true. Like you going pro, sometimes the way I felt is like I'm starting over again, and
Hmm.
I'm being put in a position that is so challenging for me mentally because the situation that I had in college was better than the situation I have now.
Hmm.
The only difference is I'm getting paid for what I'm doing right now.
Listen, and hold your thought. I want to say something about this because it's very important. You know, you're the second guest I had. The first guest I had, I played high school with him and went pro. Denmark, he told me this. He said it's like it's a word. It's like the exact word you're saying right now. That's what he told me. He said it's like you coming from. He played D1, but you say you coming from a college where you got 1,500 people watching you, you taking the planes, you doing this, where you going to pro and you think it's pro, but you going there, you going on buses, like you were saying, and you got less people coming and watch you, and it's like, it's not the same experience. Actually, my college experience was kind of like more elevated than that. And he was telling me about, I don't think he told me, but separately, another kid was telling me how in pro, you don't, the like it's like the owners sometimes they take their time with maybe giving you whatever they promise you to do, but it's different. Like you say, it's just different. People have a wrong expectation about how it is to go pro. But yeah, keep going. It's just funny
No,
because
that's
he said the exact same thing.
the same thing, right? That's
Yeah.
the current situation is completely true. Many teams that you play for, or if let's say you play, you know, being pro, sometimes you decide you can go play for a very high club in Europe and play good. We don't know, or also not play as much because the thing is, clubs they rely not only on like it's not because you're big time coming out. It's like wow, we're gonna give you all the respect you need. You need to make your mark, and usually, from what I've seen, most of the players that are very successful, like in higher level pro, have been spending like time in that same league, making their name higher
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And now, like we just said, owners are not really just looking for the best talent coming out of college anymore. They're looking for who proved that they like being here, who proved that they're willing to go through the pain or the losses in this league and still stay loyal to this place. Like that's what they're looking for. They want people that are reliable and knows that they're not just gonna quit or they're not just gonna go to a different country after they're done here. They
Mm-hmm.
want people that will be able to stay there for maybe 1, 2 years, and they always think about I want to resign this guy. I gotta find somebody that can resign, somebody that's gonna be like worth worth it, and that's really gonna like help our team win multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very important to understand that loyalty plays a big part in this game at this point. Like um, be, players that are, you hear it so many times. Players that are jumping from so many countries. I've done so many countries to play
Yeah.
basketball. And that's great. That's a great lifestyle. That's a great way to do stuff. But every time you start into a new country, it's like a restart. It's like you got to relearn the culture. You got to relearn everything. You got to play on a new team. Nobody else in the league knows you. But you also got these players that find one country and they stay in that country
Mm-hmm.
and they play for maybe multiple teams in that same country, but they
Mm-hmm.
know the roots, they know what's going on, they know how the whole game is being presented. Like I'm playing currently in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Japan, you don't have no national anthem before the game, but after the game, you got to spend an extra like 15 minutes on the court when you play home just to salute the fan and be thankful and you know Manners are
Mm-hmm.
so important and
Of course, yeah. In Japan, yes.
huge. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and at this point, teams and owners, so many times they're not even looking about. They're looking for like players that are killing, that are good and everything, but they're also looking for who respects the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes so much more than just on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be respectful to the fans? Who's going to be respectful to the game they play? Who's going to accept the way they do things? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you're basketball players, you don't care about all these things. You just want
Mm-hmm.
to
Hope.
home, like, and explore. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't think about the fact that if you don't spend a little bit more time being nice and kind to the people you work with or to the fans, like this might just be enough for teams to be like, yeah, we don't want this guy no more.
Hmm.
And owners, they don't think really about, oh yeah, I need a big name on my team. No, we want somebody that the fans are gonna like. They think about long term.
It's
That's
a business, bro. That's how it is. It's a business.
some guys that are not even that good are spending so many years into the same team. But why? Because they prove their loyalty. They prove that the fans like them. They prove that they can really stay there and stick through it and
Mm-hmm.
help them, in the direction they need to go. So that's the very I think that's the very interesting thing that you need to take in consideration when you turn pro. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not just anymore about your skill, talent level, and all that. It's about the whole package. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
cannot get away with a bad attitude when you pro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to, fall into certain demands. Like
That's
there's so
I'm
many things.
listening because what you're saying is gold, bro. It's gold to people's ears because I feel like you said it. You said it best. People don't know what they're trying to get into when they go and say I want to go play pro because yes, it's hope and yes, it's what you do, but it's hard, bro. It's hard to mental. It's hard staying away from your family for a long period of time. It's hard
Yeah,
dealing with all this type of stuff. It's hard to deal with
right.
getting shipped, or maybe your agent or you have communication problems, or you're trying to find
Yeah.
another teams. Like
Facts. Been in that
we don't know
situation.
that living
Been
situations, all that you was explaining. Like they don't know, they don't understand that.
That's true. I've been in that situation when shit goes south with your team and it's midway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing now? Am I going back? Am I going to a different country? Am I staying here?
Hmm. And
And yeah,
go ahead.
so many different situations. I've been in other situations too. Going to try to play in Colombia,
Hmm.
and I'm like, this is an old market that I would never thought it would be playing basketball like that. I thought it was all about football, soccer. It's Colombia. We're talking about South America, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is a whole different lifestyle, country, all that. And I realized that, look, they pay their players, but they don't really pay them legal. Like it doesn't seem to be legit. The money comes out of a brown envelope. Like
I
I'm
freaking
not even
dead.
joking, bro. Like the money
Oh
comes out of a
no.
brown envelope. The owner is telling you that he's not gonna pay you now, but he's gonna pay you 2 weeks later than what he's supposed to. And it's like, but
Yeah.
we have a contract. Like, why isn't the contract being respected?
Yeah, because it's not yeah, it's some other stuff, bro.
Hey, the coach tells you, oh yeah, we're here because we're doing this international competition. The season doesn't really matter. And I'm like, well, it's my first time playing. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, tell me what,
Yeah, there's some.
explain to me. And he's like, well, oh yeah, we're doing this season, and there's also an international competition. But I brought you guys here to very much kill in the international competition. The season just goes along. And I'm like,
Yeah, there's some
so
crazy stuff, dog.
am I getting paid for the season? Am I not getting paid for the season? And the owner is like, oh, we're gonna pay you, but not now. What?
And what can you do about that, bro? What can you really do? That's the
Well, what
thing.
I did is, sorry, I cut you off, but what I did is like, look, give me my money, or I'm gone.
Yeah,
And he ended up like, I'm gone.
yeah,
And
that's
the
that.
other Yeah,
But
the other thing,
some people would won't do that. You really had but some people wouldn't do that. They would stay there and be miserable. But at the same time, listen, I was gonna ask you that too because we talking about traveling in other countries and stuff like that, right? But how's the visa situation? Like, are you on a visa right now, or
yeah, I'm on a visa.
how's that working? Is it easy to get, or what's going
Well,
on?
you gotta go through the steps. You gotta send the documents they need you to do. Me coming here, visa was hard
That's
because of
yeah.
the coronavirus. Like
That's but keep going there because that was actually a question that I was going to touch on.
coronavirus,
COVID and how has it affected everything?
borders closed, everything closed. Countries are not allowing new people to come in. So basically, teams are starting to look into internal, like their country, whose players are available and everything. And their hearsay, maybe the country will open their door soon, maybe not. Maybe they'll open the door for workers, for people that are here for serious inquiries. Um, and I was one of them. Basically, my team made a request to the government to allow me to grant me entrance into Japan on their visa. But for like when I first started talking to my team in August last year, like it was just a lot of when the border opens, we're gonna bring you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, but when is that? We don't know yet. And it's like we hope it's before the season, but we don't know. So luckily enough, Japan decided to open their borders to people coming for work and everything, and I was one of them. So I applied for a visa, just like everybody else. Um, and that part was hard, but it was just like it wasn't. It was hard. It was complicated in a way, but it wasn't so difficult because less and less people would apply for a visa, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
process was kind of smooth in a way that if I need to talk to them, I call them, they answer, they pick up the phone.
Right
Like
away because nobody really called him like
yeah,
that.
there's no wait or whatever. I needed to change city to go get my visa. That was annoying. Like one day he was like, "Can you present yourself to this office uh, tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Well, but I live like 5 hours away." So literally sometimes like I had to get up. And I did trips
and
like waking up 5 in the morning just to make it at 9 a.m. in the office
wow.
somewhere.
And
You know?
that was in Japan. That was
No, that
in
was in
Canada. In
Alberta.
Alberta, yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. I really took this process very serious. I told myself, look, once again, we're talking about work. Like I don't have a second to waste. As soon as I know something that I can do, I'm doing it right now, right away. I
Mm-hmm.
really put my time and effort towards that, and then it paid off. And it's funny because it paid off, but it paid off like like on the limit. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
really like if I had taken more time, it would have not happened.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is that especially now with COVID-19, one of the biggest restriction was you need to take your COVID test
Mm-hmm.
72 hours before you fly. And us in Canada, nobody gets results in 72 hours, bro.
Yeah, I know. To this day is kind of hard, even. Yeah.
You got to go to a private company to get a special
Yeah.
request sheet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to do all that and start paying money for that. You crazy? So it was such a mess. It was such a mess. It was really hard to communicate with my owner here, trying to get him to book me a flight to come here,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that now that I have the visa, everything is fine, but I still need to get my COVID test, and we don't know when the results are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
This whole shit it was just a claustrophobic. And it's funny because the day that I flew in Japan was the day of my birthday, but it was
Wow.
one of the most stressful days that I've had. One of the most stressful, like in terms of traveling.
So you
Traveling.
didn't, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you didn't even celebrate your birthday, basically,
Oh, I celebrated on the flight.
on the flight.
Well, I'm sleeping like this,
You
but
slept.
it was a red eye, so nobody else in the. It was fine, but I didn't celebrate like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, didn't celebrate like that. But it was extremely stressful in terms of traveling. Um, got stopped at the gate because my COVID test was taken 75 hours instead of 72 before I jump on the flight.
Come on now.
But you say common, but Japan is a country that is extremely strict.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about details. This is probably the
Mm-hmm.
country that is the most about details and timing and on
Mm-hmm.
time that
Mm-hmm.
I've been in. And for them, if it's an hour too late, it's an hour too late. There is no exception. So, we
But
worked out something. It was crazy. Hmm?
yeah, you had to redo it.
We almost had to. I almost had to, but
They let you slide.
some weird things happen. Like I feel like some people pull some strings. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, it's great because you went by that. Sure. Hey, I won't be
I
mad.
did. I did. I don't think anybody could have everybody could have done the same. I think like some
Yeah.
people put a string in my direction, and that's just right enough for me to go
God put
through.
some string on your direction.
Hopefully,
Matter of fact,
but
are you doing a Ramadan or?
unfortunately, man, it's very hard for me to go through this process with my season going right now.
Yeah.
I have about during the month of Ramadan, I have about 16 games to be played, right?
Oh, whoa, that's yeah, so the
So it's
it's so the
matter of, but inshallah, I will do it right.
it's okay, man. If you just pray, I hope you pray still. That's it, bro.
Indeed, good, 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 good. But
So
yeah, that's what's
I,
going on. Man.
and I was gonna ask you, as a hooper, I know my answer to this, but we talked about literally we talked about every level of sport that every level of basketball that you can touch in. But now I'm a focus on from high school, college, and pro. What's the biggest difference that you see from these three levels? Me personally, if you want to answer I'm gonna answer me because me, I feel
Mhm.
like if you're a hooper regardless. But when I was little, I didn't think that way. I really thought that okay, I'm from high school. Okay, now these people better because they're in college, or oh, I'm in college, so pro is. You know what I'm saying? That mindset that because the next level is they probably better than me, but me
Oh,
personally, I think that if you're good at your sport, we don't matter if you're in high school or in college, you are just good. Period. It's just now stuff that happen with experience, maybe or stuff like that. Yes, but if you're just talented, you're talented. Now, you can tell me what's the difference that you feel between those three levels.
I think the difference between the different levels of basketball is just honestly, I think is the speed,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
strength of the players,
I
and
agree.
the mental abilities. Honestly,
Yep.
I think these are the three things that are. If we talk just right on the basketball court,
Mm-hmm.
like what's going on the basketball court, I think these are the three things that are changing. People are faster once you get to
Mm-hmm.
high level. People are stronger, and people,
Smarter.
yeah, smarter. They make less mistakes, less mental mistakes, and I really think that's all that changes once you turn pro
Mm-hmm.
compared to college. Some guys are very smart, but cannot
Mm-hmm.
compete with professional players because they just don't have the strength for it. They're not that they're weak, but they just can't like they don't jump enough. They don't jump high enough. They don't move their feet fast enough. They could put in the work, but it's like a work that they need to put in consistently to lead to this point, right?
Well, when you look at Luca don't even need to jump, but this man is killing everybody. But that's just being experienced, though. It's something that he lived to. He was a pro since 14. So I'm
That's
saying it's something that you cannot teach. So yes, like you said, mentally, and I would say mentally, experience wise, that's just above everybody else, and the confidence that come with it.
that's
Like
true. Yeah,
he came young, and he was in there like he played like a vet.
he definitely did. And Luca might not be the most athletic guy, but there's things that he does that you cannot stop it. If he does that step back in the corner, like that step back that he does with that crossover step back
Mm-hmm.
and shoots,
Well,
there's no.
listen, Well, it's like you was talking about the on your buzzer beater play. The dude that was doing the sneaky stuff, he put the knee up and then the guy
Right,
fell.
right, 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 right.
Think about it. Luca know all these tricks from the age of 14. So imagine what he does to NBA players. Like he do the little elbow to nobody sees it, like stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
his mental is above. So he just came with a notch where me personally, I feel like European. I don't know because you probably know better than me because you went pro in Germany and stuff like that. But from watching the game, I feel like and playing with some of them that play pro, I feel like just they have these tricks, they have this mental like stuff that's just above everybody else. They just know where to be. They just know exactly how to play and
yeah,
how to win type stuff. And it's more team. It's not really I can say athletically based. It's just more play. They just know how to play basically. They know how to play
true.
basketball.
I completely agree with you, man. Guys are mentally stronger, and
Yeah.
that makes up for their other lacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have the
Yeah.
lacks, so makes up for it. So yeah, my answer to your question would be the mental strength, the speed, and the physical strength are things
Hmm.
that are very much making a difference.
Hmm. And now was the we already talked about this a little bit. And now I'm gonna ask you a very is an important question for me. I was gonna say, what is your best memory and biggest accomplishment as a student athlete that you had? A basketball player as well, and student, whatever. So I'm gonna repeat the question. What is your
College.
best memory and the biggest accomplishment that you had as a student athlete, as a basketball player, student, whatever,
Well,
just in general?
honestly, to make it to those international competition are the best memories that I have.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in an environment where you play against people from all around the world and you still can prove and show what your talent and what your hard work, where did that bring you? And
Mm-hmm.
compare yourself to what is going on in other countries. I think this is my biggest accomplishment. Like to
It's
be
a
able
great
to
accomplishment.
yeah, represent a country where I grew up. It's like to me, it kind of gives me an overall idea of where did I leave and where I'm at now.
Hmm.
And then I do another international competition. I'm like, where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Because playing pro, like I played pro, okay, yeah, but I play against people that grew up in Japan their whole life. Maybe they've been here, they played Japan basketball forever. You know,
Mm-hmm.
once you make it to international competition, now you play against guys that are playing in Japan forever. Play against guys that play in India forever. Play
Mm-hmm.
against guys that played in France, and then I play against those other guys that have just like me have been doing many different countries, or I've been to different have different opportunities to play against people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really see the separation in the levels, and when you put yourself into that and you play against all these people, it's like wow, like that's where I'm at. That's where
Mm-hmm.
I'm at. And I
Mm-hmm.
can look where do I want to be, and what do I need to do. And I think you know these are the moments that are really gonna tell me what is my value on the basketball court. So I think these are the my favorite moment. And just I'm somebody that loves being in a diversified place. You know what I mean? I'm in
Mm-hmm.
the clouds when I see people from Brazil, Chile, Portugal,
This man
different
said all the Latin countries.
Germany, like Senegal, like
Yeah.
Nigeria, like Ethiopia, like everywhere, Australia in the same environment. When I see all these people in the same environment,
Mm-hmm.
Europe, UK, all that, I'm in, I'm in the clouds. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm. So that's your great answer. Great answer. Now, do you have any advice for anybody that's trying to do the same thing that you did?
Yeah, I would say honestly, for somebody that would like to follow my path and make it pros and actually, see different cultures and countries, I would say like just take the door that opens to you. Like some people are comfortable with what they have going on, and they just want to represent or live in a in a comfort level. You know what I mean? And I believe that to be able to do big things or to go higher, you need to put yourself in a position that is uncomfortable sometimes. So
Facts. Big
I think
facts. I'm
I
a big
think like
believer in that.
it's not because, like, let's say a situation opens and you're scared of the outcome, that means you should just deny it or find something that is easier for you. Like, I think when a situation like this happens and comes in your way, like, it's a great chance, opportunity for you to step into it. As much as, let's say, you're scared or you don't want to do it or you don't know how the outcome's going to be, like, if this situation is on your path, like, you can only get better from it,
Hmm.
right? So when an opportunity comes, when a door opens, take it. Like, take it, run into it, like just be positive, even if you don't know if it's gonna be good or great. And especially us in basketball, like, it's not every team that we know that we're gonna be the best player. It's not every
Mhm.
team that, let's say, we know that we're gonna play a lot. And there's many people that just decide not to make teams because they don't think they'll be a factor. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's a very specific idea here, but I'm just thinking that you know, if you see a higher level open up to you, if you see
Mhm.
a team that wants you, but you don't know what's gonna happen to it, take the risk. Do it. If you're younger and there's this team that you want to do, but they haven't called you, but you know they have an open trial, go to the open trial. Like,
Mhm.
go try it out. Go try things that are making you uncomfortable to see if you can make the best out of it. And maybe you're not gonna make that, but maybe another door is gonna open because of that. And yeah, at my point, at this level of my career, it is all about taking opportunities, right?
Mhm.
So when the door open, I'm trying to take it, and because I know that there's so many people back home that don't even have those doors opening for them.
That's facts.
So that's how I see it.
Great advice, man, Doctor Mamadou.
Yes, sir.
That's a great advice. And yeah, I think we kind of covered everything I had on right here. What do you want to add, man? You got something to add or talk
My
about?
boy, my boy Freddie. Yo, it's been a
Yeah.
while, bro. Honestly, Miami, right?
Representing, baby.
Hey, so
You gotta come visit one
you
day,
have to
bro.
come through. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna have to come through. Like, I've know we've been saying this, but shit, I really do want to come see you. It's been a while seeing you. See
That's
you.
because you, Mr. International. That's you, bro. And the
Hey,
COVID happened too, bro. So
nah, that's true. But, like, I mean, we make time for things we want, right? So
yeah,
I
that's
definitely.
facts. Yo, I was gonna ask you that. Fuck, I forgot. I was gonna ask you about the CBL. That's the last question. You like it?
It's dope. Like, CBL is dope. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
the level is going up the roof right now. Like, I see
Yeah,
junior
it's
players.
very.
Like, nah, it's dope. Like, what's going on right now in Canada with the CBL? It's an amazing movement. Like,
Yeah, I love it.
this guy Mike Morrell that started this league is really doing something big that is putting Canada at a higher level in terms
Yeah.
of basketball, and especially that it's a summer league, so all the exposure kind of shifts from
Mm-hmm.
every other, like, winter leagues.
Mm-hmm.
NBA is going to be done, so people are really just going to look into the CBL most likely, the NBL
It's a
in Australia.
great look. It's a great look for Canada in general. It's gonna bring a lot of people.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it's amazing. I had the chance to do it the first year, but obviously the first year was all of a startup, and I think now they really start to establish themselves. If I have the chance to do it again, hopefully, I would love to have a part into it. We'll see.
Montreal, baby.
They're talking about opening a team next year. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But
So
yeah,
yeah,
man.
it's gonna be big. So hey, yo, what about your team? How's the girls doing, eh?
Bro, we've been done, bro. We did good, bro. I mean, we did good. We lost in regionals though.
Oh, okay.
semifinals, but we won district and then we went to regionals, lost. It was a game that, like you're talking about, the game that you did the buzzer beater. It's just that it's the same thing, but us, you went to the other side. Like we actually lost. Like yeah, we lost the lead and we lost by a free throw.
By
It's not
free
even a
throw.
shot. It's like we fouled 90 feet from the basket, bro. Foul, pull, win bonus. She shot the free throw, made it by one. It's not even like that's the worst. It's like
Yeah, that's tough. That's a mistake. But
yeah. But
whoever
yeah, that
did that
was
probably learned a lot that day.
bro. What I'm telling you, next year undefeated, bro.
I wish it to
That's
you.
everybody. Huh?
I wish it to you. You're over there making promises. I hear you.
Yeah, your promises. Trust me, it's gonna be that. We definitely gonna put the work for that.
I like it, man. I like it. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a good time, man. I'm happy we did this.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a 2 hour and a half, but it's a 2 hour and a half
Hey,
of
no,
good.
for real. I appreciate you, bro, for doing this, bro. It's taking time of your time. I mean, time of your day, bro.
Yeah, of
Me,
course.
that's what I do. I just hope I know it's gonna be freaking beneficial for people, and I know people. I know a lot of people are waiting for your side to listen to. So I know
You
they're
will.
gonna.
You will.
They like nobody knows about it, but when they're gonna see that, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna see through that."
yeah. I unload a lot of content right here.
You
Like,
did, bro. It's gonna be tough, but yeah, Mamadou.
it'll be nice, bro. Brother,
Thank you, bros.
it was good to hear from you, and yeah, I'm looking forward to catch you up this summer, inshallah, bro.
Oh, we will. We
You
catch up
know,
this summer. It's litty.
yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
lit. Don't worry, dog. It's lit.
Yes, sir.
But all right, bro. See you, my G.
I'm gonna catch you.
All right, bro. Go. Ban from the studio. Leave. You in my studio. Bye. Get out. You trying to go, bro? I gotta do the outro. All right, bros. Gang. Second. Oh man, I love this one. Like I said, it's my brother, bro. I've been knowing this man from a long time ago. You know, we go way, way, way back. But like he said, I think he'll drop a lot of content that's gonna help a lot of people. It's gonna help me. I learn a lot from it, and you know, I'm starting to kind of like this kind of this podcast stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is gonna be beneficial for me, for you, for your parents, for your sons, for your daughters, for your dogs, whoever listen to it. But yes, sir, we got Mamadou back. Mamadou, Mama_do. Follow him on IG. We got the IG right here. And thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching it. And I think this one's gonna be a good one. Dope. Bang. See y'all boys. And by the way, I'm gonna start putting songs at the end. I just don't know how it works, but I'm gonna start putting songs in the end. Because I'm a music guy. Bye bye.